Hey, folks, welcome to the Fresh and Fit podcast on Thursday. We're going to cover a very good topic today. It's going to be how to approach women online in 2020. Let's get into it.
Yo, what up, Fresh?
What's up? It's Thursday, bro. Feeling good?
Hey, once again, man. Guys, thanks for joining in on the show today. Obviously, as you guys know, we do this show twice a week. We appreciate your loyal support. I just came from the gym, which is why I'm extremely sweaty and gross right now, but we will do the show. The show goes on, as the famous guy once said in that movie, Wolf of Wall Street. I'm not leaving. So with that said, guys, today's topic, guys, well, first, actually, let's give you guys some quick updates. We just made a TikTok. It's right there below TikTok at Fresh and Fit, where we do quick, 20-second to 60-second little clips that are pretty funny. Me and Fresh recorded a bunch last night. The studio's coming along really well, guys. We're pretty much, I would say, about halfway done. We got a couple of signs up. Microphones are pretty much drilled in. We got that done. And then pretty much we just got the table redone today, so it won't get messed up because that artwork was very expensive, but very nice. And yeah, man, we got the cameras, everything pretty much. So
guys, we didn't sleep for y'all, okay? We didn't sleep. We literally stayed up all night working on this stuff for y'all because it's going to be crazy. It's going to be lit. We got some celebrity guests coming through. They're all ready to go. So it's just a matter of time, guys. It's going to be the latest podcast in the red RP manosphere and everywhere throughout the world. There you go.
Facts, bro. I'm telling you guys, we got next. I'm not saying this to be cocky or anything like that, but we put some other things into play that's going to definitely make the show pretty entertaining. And then on top of that, guys, obviously, let's keep it real, man. There's a lot of monotony in this space. Same thing over and over. And it's like, bro, you can only cry about hypergamy so much, right? So we're going to give you guys a little bit more diversified content. Obviously, we're always going to analyze everything through an RP lens and help you guys get good with women. But with that said, like, bro, we ain't here to put you to sleep either. You know what I'm saying? It's all about that entertainment value and, making sure that you guys have a good time when you're watching us. So we really take a lot of seriousness in that, besides everyone hating me for my sound effects. Oh, hell no. We ain't stopping, baby. We are not stopping. Okay. So with that said, Fresh, you want to talk about the topic a little bit? I'm going to fire up the phone lines here while you do that.
Yeah, man. So first off, always got to say this. Shout out to the Fresh and Fit fam in the Patreon Telegram chat. You are all my guys. You're part of a family. So appreciate y'all for joining in once again. And we got something special for Halloween that's going to be behind the scenes, but it's going to be pretty funny and y'all going to love it. So it's going to be dope. But today's topic is going to be something that's going to be very, very, very good because it's going to cover just how you should approach girls online. Because right now we're still in the beer bug demic kind of situation. So online is probably the best way you can actually maximize your sourcing, and getting that type of engagement is pretty good because online is going to be where you're going to have most of your power right now. So in this case, we have 5 topics we're going to cover regarding the approaching, which is basically approaching women in 2020 online through social media or through dating apps. And as we all know, it's super easy for dating apps. You basically make a profile, you set it up correctly. Once you know how to do that, of course, and then you kind of just pick and choose and you select and set up a date right away. All right. So that's kind of the name of the game. And guys, also as well, I want to say this as well for everyone out there. Don't make it such a big deal because look, yes, you might have a copy profile right now, but when you're done with this episode, you should be able to learn how to maximize your profile by itself and then go from there, actually get on dates and kind of maneuver in the online world. So it should be pretty good. All right, Myron, are we good on the phone lines?
Yeah, almost. Yeah, they're almost up right now. I guess we can go right into it, guys. So this is going to be, we're going to break it down from, as you guys know, we always like to give you a little background, purpose, etc. Then we get into the how to, etc. and all that other stuff.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
We'll talk radio.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Yo, by the way, if you guys were in the Telegram chat, Patreon, mine did a pretty fire cold approach at a restaurant. If you guys saw it, I was pretty funny. I was like, wait, what'd you say to me? You were like, yo, hold on.
Yeah, it's unscripted. Like she came out and I was like, oh, she's kind of bad. I just like ran, like, and they were like, where are you? What? And then they saw what I was doing. Oh, all right, never mind. I went to chase after her or whatever. And here, you know what? We'll talk about that real quick because I know people are gonna want to. Oh, tell me. All right, we were at the restaurant eating, getting some food, whatever. Girl comes out walking her dog. Very, very cute, right? Blonde hair, blue eyes, my type of thing, as you guys know. Anyway, so I literally walk a little fast, like a little bit of a little jog, get in front of her. I block her path, okay? And obviously I put my hand up just to let her know, hey, it's a stopper, but I'm obviously a good distance away, so I'm not like right up on her, right? And I smile and I'm like, hey, listen, I just saw you coming out. I thought you were kind of cute. I mean, not as cute as me, but like I had to like stop you and say hello, right? And I'm like smiling the whole time. And then I was like, oh my God, thank you, right? Because like when you make a bold compliment like that, immediately state your intention, the girl's gonna be like, she's gonna be impressed by it. You know what I mean? Because a lot of guys don't have the cojones to do that. And I told her, yeah, I know this is probably weird. You know, I know right now during the beer bug, a lot of people are scared to talk, but like I'm all about anti-social distancing. And it made her laugh, whatever. We were chatting. And the thing is, right, she didn't tell me until the end. I was talking to her for about like 5 minutes, whatever it was, like 5-6 minutes. She told me until that. She was like, hey, listen, I had so much fun, but like, I guess I got to be upfront about this. I have a boyfriend, but like, I'm so down to meet up for drinks and all this other stuff. And I like kind of laughed at her and I said, I don't believe in friends. And then we kind of went into that a little bit. She's like, well, I have hot friends. Like if you want to meet them. And I was like, And at that point, my food had just came in. So I was like, listen, I'll take your number or whatever, but we'll go from there. And I didn't really follow up. But the point is, guys, is that if you do a cold approach correctly, even if like she's not that interested, she's still going to like respect the heck out of you for like approaching her, and she's gonna have fun with it, and she might even still want to meet you after, you know what I'm saying? But like with
can y'all see it a little bit?
so with me, guys, as you know, like I don't do platonic friends, so I was like, nah, I declined that. But the point is that if you do the cold approach correctly, even if you get rejected, she's gonna have a good time, and that's how you guys should approach it. Just have fun with it. Don't be scared. It is what it is. Outcome independent. And anyway, so we'll get right into the thing. Little side tangent there. So we're going to talk to you guys first about the mindset when talking to a girl. So this is going to be the first portion of this, guys, because I don't think a lot of guys internalize these like rudimentary mindset things that you have to have in place to be successful. So
round one, fight.
Fresh, you want to take this one?
I got you, bro. So mindset, right, guys? And actually, it's funny because one of our boys, Chris, was asking about this last night with Frame, right? So it starts with mindset. Right, the mindset is how you think about things, how you perceive yourself. As you know, you're already the prize, and that's what's important. So whenever you talk to a girl online, either offline, whatever, the matter of fact is that like you want an end result, and you as a man need to direct it in that end result happening. So for example, let's say you're online, right? You see a hot chick, you swipe on her right, and for whatever reason you guys match. Perfect, right? How do you approach? Why do you want to approach? What do you want from her? Do you just want sex? Do you want a girlfriend? Do you want a wife? You got to figure out what you want. And obviously, you're going to vet the girl, of course, when you are thinking about this. Now, game to me is A to Z. Just means that when you set up your game, you want to get it from point A to point Z. And that might mean from online to your room, and then, you know what I'm saying, and end of the date. Or it could be from like a dinner date or a drink date, party, and then see from there. The point is that like the mindset is, look, I have a goal, I have a mission, and I want to achieve it. And that's a part of the hunt. That's part of like the thrill of being a man, because you don't know the outcome, but you know what you want. And the mindset is, you know what? I'm going to be as cool as calm as possible. I'm not going to thirst after her like most guys do. I'm going to be chill. I'm going to be relaxed. But at the same time, I know I, as a man, need to source a lot, because like we always say, guys, we're at a big disadvantage in today's market. If you don't know it, I'm telling you right now, because girls have a lot of options, and they might not be good options all the time, but the fact that they still have it at their fingertips is like a lot of like confidence for them. Versus guys, we don't have that. So off rip, if you can kind of maximize your online presence as well and get that same effect, trust me, me and my man say all the time, you want to go ahead and date like a female, not because we want you guys to be feminine. It's because the mindset that they have is of abundance, and abundance just means that like they have a lot of options, so they can say, you know what, I'll pass on this day, or I'll flake because I have a better option. Same thing with you, bro. You should be sourcing multiple girls just because one might flake, or the one you actually like is better, and you match with her after the one you met first. So the point here is that, guys, is that you want to have an abundance mindset with the mindset part, but at the same time realize that you're the price. So
yeah, and Lucar talked about this on a stream, like how like girls don't have as many options as you guys think, and I want to touch on that because you just mentioned it right now, Fresh. So what you guys got to understand is that girls have a lot of physical options, right? Like a lot of guys hit them up, but a very small percentage of those guys are actually like men that she finds attractive. But what you guys got to understand is that the fact that they have all these guys at their fingertips is why women act the way they do, which is they have a natural abundance mindset. And with men, we always say this, men have to earn their abundance mindset. Girls just have it. You know what I'm saying? Whether they like the guys or not, they're still getting validated. So it basically brings their self-esteem up. And this is why you guys always wonder, like, yo, why are girls always on social media? Why are they always taking pictures of themselves? Why are they posting on the internet? And the reason why, guys, is because think of women as like, let's say a Lamborghini. Okay. And I'm not saying Lamborghini because it's like, oh, an exotic car. It's because Lamborghinis are very gas inefficient. Okay. So they constantly need fuel to continue to perform at that level. Okay. And girls are basically like sports cars, whereas like they constantly need some kind of fuel and gas. Regardless of what gas station it comes from, they're still getting the fuel. However, they need the premium fuel to run optimally. Does that make sense, guys? So understand that her perception is higher perceived status, right? Because she's getting all this attention, but she's putting a bunch of BS gas in her and the car messes up all the time. So they can only get premium gas from certain places. So that's how you guys need to approach it and understand that even though girls have a lot of options from a perception standpoint, very few of those options are actually worthy to keep the car running correctly. And that just came off the top of my head. I don't know how I did that.
That's technology, bro. Don DeMarco.
That was just off the top, man. I need to become a URL smack rapper. But anyway, with that said, guys, the main thing is also, just to add to what Fresh was saying, the mindset is you need to be outcome independent and kind of approach it just having fun. So like when I approached that girl, I was already like, listen, whether no matter how this goes, if she declines me, whatever, I don't care, because at the end of the day, like I'm going to be able to always source. You got to have that confidence and understand that you're going to strike out most of the time. And when you know that you're going to strike out most of the time, you're not going to be as outcome dependent on the interaction. A lot of guys run what I call, I hope she likes me game. When it's reality, what you guys should be doing is take it or leave it game. You know what I'm saying? So you need to go in and just, this is how it is. Are you available to hook up? And if she does any type of behavior that isn't right, you just like move on. Now, let's keep it real. If I had like said, all right, no, I'll go out with you for drinks, whatever. Could have I possibly still closed it, whatever? Maybe. But me, I have an abundance mindset, and I'm not going to go and try to like seduce some chick that claims, oh, I have a boyfriend. Because I already know her telling me that is like her trying to, she's saying that to kind of set up a barrier so that like,
low interest.
On a date. Yeah, we go on a date. Like, I'm not going to try to do something, whatever. And to me, I look at it like, maybe if I was thirsty, if I needed some,
he needs some milk.
I was taking that date, right? But like, I'm like, nah, I got other battered chicks right that I'm talking to. I ain't gonna, I'm not gonna subject myself to like working extra hard for no reason. And that's the beauty of approaching it with the mindset of, I don't really care what she says because I'm gonna source regardless. And that's how you guys need to operate with women. I always say 99% of your problems with women come from a sourcing issue, whether you're scared to talk to girls in public or your online profile sucks, so you're not able to attract women. Because a lot of you guys aren't ugly dudes. Your profiles are ugly though, and pictures make or break you.
Yo, Myron, real quick, guys. Myron just about dropped a bombshell, and he did a perfect example of why mindset is important. So, mind you, right? He said he could have went on a date with this chick, and maybe finagled it to happen, to happen or whatever. She's kind of low interest, but she's kind of like, you're saying, you know what? Let's see what happens. But he's like, you know what? No, I have other options in my arsenal right now. Like I said, you know what? They're ready to meet. They're DTF. So I want to go down that route rather than have to wait and try to like finagle this. So guys, very important. And this is why you guys answer like, how do I get confidence? How do I become a confident alpha male, whatever? The point is, guys, that like that mindset of, you know what? I can go there and find a girl today, tomorrow, whenever I want. And I don't have to wait and suffer under this chick because she might like me or might not like me. No, only date high interest chicks that you know for a fact are gonna comply and then be a part of your frame. If not, don't even waste your time, because you might say, you know what, one night she's the only girl talking to me right now. That's the wrong mindset to have, because guess what? She's probably talking to somebody else right now. She might have a boyfriend or she might have a sugar daddy. At that point, you where do you fit in? You get me? So that's the mindset to have.
Yo, just want to shout out the super chat from the club from Professor Rich, $2.99. Just showing love to the homies at the gym. Hey, thank you, Rich, so much, bro. We got to bring you, man. We got to talk to him about getting him down here and show us that Delaware game. Shout out to Professor Rich, guys. Go subscribe to him on his YouTube channel. Instagram did him dirty. They deleted his Instagram. I don't know why. He didn't put nothing
weird, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You told me that. I was like, yo, what do you do? It's like that's super hard for a guy to get his Instagram deleted, bro. I know girls easily, but not guys. I'm like, what?
Yeah, like chicks are out here putting their OnlyFans up, like putting booty pics, like showing their boobs, all this stuff, and they don't get taken down. And then a rich guy gets taken down. He has like no nudity on his stuff. So yeah, Instagram is on some BS, bro. But I guess we'll move into number 2, guys, which is going to be now that we have the mindset correct, right, where we don't really care about what that outcome is going to be, and we understand that we forge our own destiny. We're going to get into number 2, which is how to prepare your online presence.
Round 2, fight.
Go ahead, Fresh. I know you got this one.
Yeah. So basically, guys, whenever you're preparing your online presence, it just means that like you have a good profile, a good bio, and you're optimized so that whenever a girl sees your page, she's like, you know what, this guy seems interesting or this guy seems cool. Let me swipe and see what he's about. Because the name of the game is like, you want her to like see your page, stop, take a look, and then definitely swipe or DM you herself, or even follow you just for that interaction. So first off the bat, as we always say to all of our clients, all you guys online, is you need good pictures. See, the reason why we say it so much is because this will make or break you no matter who you are. I don't care if you're a celebrity. I don't care if you're popping. Yes, you might be known, but if you're a regular dude, especially, like you need to have good pictures because you might have a 6-pack abs. You might have muscle. You might even be good looking. But if she can't see that right in that moment, it don't matter, right? So once again, I'm gonna cover Instagram and dating apps. So let's say, for example, Tinder, right? Tinder, super easy, 3 to 4 pictures. The most you can put 5 maybe if you want to push it, but 3 to 4. And like we will say, get a photographer if you can. If you can't, and you have the poverty setup, you can use a good iPhone, take pictures, and then edit it after on your computer. And if you're in our Patreon, I have some tools you can use. If not, you can use like different like Photoshop. You can use different tools you can use to better your pictures. Once that's done, you want to have pictures that, like I said, have a good backdrop. So let's say you're by a pool, you're by like a lake, you're by like some steps or some graffiti. Perfect. Here in Miami, you have Wynwood. People come here all the time to take good pictures, and you get like, let's say you get like 100 shots. Out of 100, you can choose 10, and those will be your pictures you can use back and forth through Instagram, dating apps, for whatever your needs are. At that point, that's the pictures, right? Now, if you can, this is like a little trick you can add to it too as well. What do girls like to do? They like to have fun. So picture yourself whenever you take a picture of her being in the picture next to you. And what's going to happen is you can add elements that will attract her. So, for example, my dog is an element. Girls love dogs. They love cute dogs. I'm going to be around cute dogs. Boom. That's one thing. Or you have a nice car, or you're with friends that have nice cars. That can be also a trigger as well. You have to play towards your strengths, not towards your weaknesses, right? And let's say you do have a 6-pack abs like Myron does. I won't say anything else. But
Hey, pause.
I'm kind of hating because I don't have that right now.
Yeah.
But the point is that he can post a picture of his abs. Not too many, maybe 1 or 2, but that's it, right? And that's his strength he's showcasing. And it's fine. You know what I'm saying? He worked for it. He put in the effort. That's fine. Same thing with a car that you work for. You work hard for your car. You're proud of it. Take a picture next to it. It's a nice clothes. Show it off. Who cares? It's 2020, right? And then another thing you could do is, let's say you're out and you want to showcase lifestyle, and you go to like a nice hotel or a nice area. Take a picture by the pool. You know what I'm saying? Maybe like a little flex, smile, of course, and turn that frown upside down. So the pictures are going to be very important. That's going to be for online presence. And then finally, the bio. The bio is kind of like the pictures, I would say, are the foundation and the cake. The bio is like the icing on the cake, right? So this is kind of like a sweet thing at the top you can put on to add some flavor and some characteristics, character to your profile. And I would say make it very fun and witty. Don't make it like too serious. unless you want to like vet and screen hard for certain type.
Don't be an alpha meathead, low IQ guy. Like I'm alpha, like auto validate, man. I'm so tough, and it's like, bruh, you got zero personality. You're boring, and quite frankly, the girl's gonna think like,
are you dumb, stupid, or dumb?
like, whose man's is this, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're gonna be like, well, bro, chill. Like, it ain't that serious, man. Like, you don't gotta, you're not on an assassination mission where you gotta be all like hardcore and stuff. Like, you could smile a little bit, you could talk, you can like, you know what I'm saying? Like, convey that warm, fun personality. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I think there's too many content creators out there that put too much of an emphasis on like, oh, I don't validate. I'm tough. I'm always gonna show strong masculine frame. I ain't show no personality. And it's like, bruh, if you do that, cool.
Deny.
Get used to that, because a lot of girls are gonna be like, yo, this dude is whack. Like, this dude is weird and boring. And at the end of the day, what did we always say? Girls just wanna have fun. Like, bro, like, listen to the song from the 80s, man. Like, they knew since back then that these, you know what I mean, that they were just trying to have fun. It's just that now it's out there in the open that girls want to have fun because of social media, but they've been doing this, bro. So don't be one of these like whack jobs, like trying to be all tough on the you know, on the date or whatever, not saying nothing, acting like a mute. It's just weird, bro. She gonna be like,
Run.
Because you want to know who's like crazy, like you want to know like serial killers. They're silent, bro. Like they be on some other stuff. So you don't want to give off that vibe, especially with how much girls watch like these crime dramas. So go ahead, Fresh. I didn't mean to cut you there, but like,
No, dude, that was solid, man. That's very important because, as we always know, you should be alpha, masculine frame. Don't smile, don't laugh, bro. I cannot tell you how many times I've laughed and had a good time around a chick. I just say, oh my god, I love your smile, I love your laugh, like. Guys, like you don't have to be like a mute. Just you know what I'm saying, like be fun and exciting. And you know what? If you're scared about going on a date and you don't know what to say, that's fine. Ask her all the questions. Put her in the question seat, and she'll be. You know what? You know what's funny? I found that more girls talk to you when you ask questions because they want to talk about themselves. So just give them that platform, let them use it, and you sit back and learn about her. That way you can tell. You know what? Do I want to keep her long term? Don't want to be around her. Do I even want to smash tonight? Because she might turn me off even before then. The point is that you're the prize, so you're gonna interview her in essence. And if you're online, you want to put it from online to your social media, and then to FaceTime to get that like multiple interaction, and then get that face to face before you go on a date. So,
and you know what, bro? We'll give you guys both. So like, when you get a girl's stuff off the online dating. There's two ways you could do this. There's two funnels. And you know what? Me and Fresh really going to give you guys a lot of value, man, today, bro. Here we go. So you got you can push, once you match with her, you got two routes, okay? You're in the fork in the road, baby. What are you going to do, right? You can either give her your Instagram and go down the Instagram route, or you can do the phone number route. Now, what I suggest to most guys is use the phone number route. And the reason why I'm going to say the phone number route is because your Instagram really needs to be optimized before you use that before you use that methodology to like talk to the girl. However, if your Instagram is optimized, you use Instagram every single time, because the thing is that if your profile's on point, you're going to become an anomaly, and the girl is going to really like that. Because the thing is this, bro. You guys got to put yourselves in a female's shoes, right? Like, there's a lot of complaining in the sphere. Pergamy, girls are terrible. She ride the CC, all this crybaby stuff. Bro, if you were a girl for a day and had to see like the other side of what the BS they deal with, like all the whack jobs, like all the weird text messages, all the weird offers, all this stuff, it's no wonder that girls have the mindset, yo, you're a loser. Prove to me otherwise as soon as she meets you. That's how all girls operate.
It's a lot.
You guys this, but every time they meet a new guy, they're basically prepared to be disappointed. So if you have a good Instagram, it's an immediate, like, you stand out. You've already climbed into like the top 10% of men just off having a good IG. Because
and you could be a regular guy and become that guy. So see, back in the day, only celebrities, athletes, and those top tier guys could even be in that position. A regular guy can become that celebrity. Sorry, go ahead. I put that in there.
Exactly. If your Instagram is able to convey that. So Instagram is actually like an equalizer. If you have other things that are like lacking, you know, your money or your looks or whatever, your height, even like Instagram can be like an equalizer for you because so few guys have it optimized, right? So if you have it good, go the Instagram route. If you don't, you go through text messages.
Mm-hmm.
So so now that you guys know that we have the two routes, this actually segues perfectly into the third thing. So just a quick recap, right, before we get into the third thing. Guys, don't forget to like the video, man. We got 184 live viewers right now. Please hit that like button so you can get pushed in the algorithm and save simps from bashing their head against the wall with these girls in 2020, bro, getting tight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate these tricks. Ah! You know, a bunch of crying. So push an algorithm so we can help guys all across the world. And make sure to subscribe to Fresh Prince CEO's YouTube channel, where we're going to be putting lifestyle vlogs on there for you guys, because we walk it like we talk it, baby. No Migos. And get on our TikTok, Fresh and Fit, for funny 20-second clips, which will probably get feminists angry. Now, let's go on to number 3. How to reach results you match with. So just like which segues exactly what we're talking about, where you have two routes. You have the Instagram route and you have the phone number route, right?
Round 3.
So I'll describe the text route real quick, and then Fresh will give you guys the IG one, okay?
Yeah.
So you match with the girl, right? You want to get her off the app ASAP, okay? Like right away. Like I'm talking like as soon as you get that, all right, okay, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be moving her off the app. And the reason why I got to move her off the app quickly is because on the app, there's too much noise that you're fighting against. She has like a bunch of dudes in there messaging her or whatever. And most girls, quite frankly, don't take dating apps seriously, especially if it's Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, anything like that. So you need to start running compliance tests off rip and start testing her to see where she stands. So if she gives you some BS about, oh, I'm not gonna, I'm, you know, like one girl messaged me the other day, like, oh, well, let's just talk on here, or I don't get my number out. I'm like, okay, like then we don't talk. And then like, I'll just unmatch her. Like, I don't care. So you got to get her to pass the first compliance test. Boom, get her number, start texting her. Once you text her, I would personally advise two routes. Either you can tell her, hey, when are you free, and try to set the date there if she's like high interest, or if she's like medium, she's going to tell you, well, you know, can we talk a little bit more, whatever, right? Always try to get it the fastest you can. But if she says, oh, like, I don't know anything about you, or any BS like that, you're like, all right, cool. Let's talk then you just like call her right there and then. Just call her. Okay? And then you don't even give her a shot. Like, just call her right there. And then you have like a 10 to 20 minute phone call where you kind of treat it like a job interview. And then you're basically making her qualify. And guys, just keep this in your head. When you're talking to her on the phone, you need to treat it like a job interview. I literally did this like earlier today. I was like, you know, I was talking with a girl, asking her about herself, whatever, and like, you know, her hobbies, all this stuff, because very few guys do that. Most guys actually qualify to the girl. And by you qualifying to the girl, it automatically infers that she's higher status than you, and that she is what? Pedestalized, and what? Better than you. And what do we know about females? Yep. Oh, last I checked, there's this word that everyone likes to cry about called hypergamy, right? So they want to date up. So if you put her on a pedestal, she automatically has to look down on you. And what does that infer? Lower value. So you need to make her qualify, guys. That's like so critical. And then from there, on the phone, you set the date. So that's like a very general overview of how to run a text thread. I'm gonna turn it to Fresh with the IG, how to do it through IG.
No, that's very good for text, guys. Very good. So in this case, regarding Instagram, and let me just give you like a little preface before I give you the Instagram, because this is very important. So when you hit up a girl on dating apps, right? Like, I have a very simple process, and this is so easy. Like, if you follow this method, it's like guaranteed. If she likes you, she's gonna go for it. So I always like to start, hey, how are you, right? Or you could use Myron's line, hey, trouble, and then put like a GIF, right? So I'll say, hey, how are you? She'll be like, oh, I'm good. I'll be like, any plans today? She'll be like, oh, nothing really. Okay, perfect. Are you on Instagram? Cool. I just followed you. That's it. See, I was super simple. I didn't say anything crazy. I didn't say anything elaborate. I just said, any plans today? Your Instagram? That's it. Once she gets on my Instagram, once again, guys, this is a good Instagram and a good date-free example. This is why she's able to like see me for who I am and then go on a date with me after that. Now, once you have a good Instagram set up, like, you want to make sure that you get her off the app onto Instagram. Once she's on Instagram, you want to make sure that she's following you for sure. And then you could even go and say, hey, I'm glad you're able to follow instructions. Now, when are we going on the first date? Super easy, and it's gonna be funny. It's gonna segue from Tinder or Bumble to Instagram, and it's short and concise. And she's either gonna say, well, I'm free this weekend, or I'm free Saturday. Okay, perfect. Now, before you even finish setting up everything, I always FaceTime the girl first. So I do not date or go on dates with any girls until I FaceTime them at least once, just because I want to see them in person and make sure I'm not get catfish.
Facts.
This is why your boy
On a date, you're like,
I cannot tell you how many times I went on dates with Instagram models, right? Instagram models, they look like really good on Instagram. You're like, damn, like I'll definitely like have some kids with her, whatever. And you meet a person, is like, who are you?
yeah, you're just like, wait,
What exactly?
Is
And I'm
this
like,
person?
I'm like, yo, bro, I'm at doing glasses. Like, hold on, let me
Yeah,
here.
yo, bro, you're just like,
Really, nigga?
like,
Really? I'm like, what? Anyhow, so you want to be very careful and make sure that she's not a killer or something like that, or a stalker, because you never know. And shout out to Lucario. He knows how to vet those stalkers so that they don't follow you. But the point here is that, like, once you meet this chick, once you get her off the app, you get her on Instagram, get her number, say, hey, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so Saturday at 8, I'll pick you up. He said, okay, that sounds good. Or ask her, like, is that good for you? And she'll be like, okay, that's perfect, or that's fine. And they say, hey, what's your number? So you get her number now, you text her, say, hey, definitely before the date, I want to FaceTime you, get to know you a little bit better, just in case you're like a stalker. You know what I'm saying? And that's a good thing, because you're showing that, you know what, you want to qualify her rather than you qualify to her, because you're a high value guy and you want to make sure that she's not crazy, right? So once you've done that, and then you get a FaceTime call, super easy. Hey, how's it going? Good to see you in person. You're not too bad looking on camera. Hopefully you're even better looking in person, right? And then from there, you conversate. You ask her a little bit about herself, and then you say, hey, you know what? Looking forward to seeing you on Saturday at 8. I'll pick you up, and I'll see you then. And that's it. A 10 to 15-minute call, no longer than that. You've seen her. You talked a little bit. And just an added bonus here, I'll give you guys like my little like secret sauce here, like Myron knows about. I'll say something like, before I end the call, well, definitely good talking to you. You have a good vibe to you. I just hope that you can handle me. And she'll be like, handle you? What do you mean? So some girls pick up on it right away, because they're very like very smart and very you know what I'm saying, on point.
No.
some girls are like, what do you mean you can't handle me? And then I'll be like, you know what I mean? You know, I like to do things the long and hard way. You know what I'm saying? I should be like, oh, okay, I can handle you. Or like, let's see, like, bet. And off rip, I've told her subliminally that I want to smash. Like, and she knows. So off rip, if she comes on the date, she knows what I want. And me saying everything the right way, multiple locations online, and then the FaceTime call, I'm a real person. And she saw my fire ass Instagram, bro. My close rate is probably like 95% or higher, just because I screen so well at the beginning. So when she gets on the date with me, it's like and Myron knows this, and his is pretty high too. Because guys, once again, we do not qualify the chicks; they qualify to us. And then, you know what I'm saying? Actually, you know what? This weekend, the double date is gonna be crazy. So boom.
Oh yeah, we got some stuff coming for you guys, bro.
Perfect.
Yeah. And you know, at the end of the day, man, like we just those are the two routes you gave. So we basically just gave you guys the text message one and then the Instagram one. Ain't nobody giving value like this, bro.
Free game, my guy. Free game.
Guys, man. Like, yo, class in session. We got our boy. So let's go with the super chats real quick. Robert Sananas with the 279 Canadian. Myron, how often do you call mid-interest girls? I will answer that at the Q&A, guys. We're going to have a Q&A at the end, so stay tuned. Don't forget to...
Hold on.
Video, guys.
Myron.
What up?
Robert is our boy. Let's not say this right now, bro, because I just want to give some Robert some value real quick.
All right.
You mind?
Robert's a patron. Yeah, you're right, bro.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'll answer it. So it depends, man. It depends on how much everything is dictated on how much volume I'm working at the time. So if it's a mid-interest girl, I might text her a little bit more, or I'll replace her with a girl that's higher interest. You know what I'm saying? So it really always depends on the what's it called? On the volume I'm working, and it also depends on how hot the girl is. If she's like a 9 or above and she's mid-interest, then I'll be like, all right, I'll elevate the interest and I'll do a FaceTime call with her. on the call. But when I'm on the call with her, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be extra. How do I say this? Extra kind of a jerk. And what I mean by that is I'm gonna clown her harder. I'm gonna like make her qualify harder, etc. Because now, since she's like mid interest, I need to like. How do I say this? Beat her ego into submission. I hate to say it like that. I know someone's gonna clip this. Be like, why are beat girls into submission? Ah! It's like, no, bro. I'm taking her ego and I'm beating it into submission because you guys got to understand that the baddest chicks are getting hit up all the time by like the top tier guys, bro. So you got to like basically become an anomaly and clown her a bit and like let her bring her back to earth. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick Lamar, man, like, yo, be humble. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm the equalizer, baby. So that's how I do it with mid-interest girls. It depends on a bunch of factors, but in general, typically mid-interest girls that I will actually hit up are bad, like really bad. So then when I get on the call with her, I'm definitely like, it's joke time, bro. It's definitely laughing time when I get on the phone with her.
And guys, by the way, me and Myron love women, right? We love women. However, we also vet very heavily, so we don't get fleeced, we don't get catfish, and we don't waste our time because once again, we're high value guys, and you shouldn't waste your time either.
Hey man, shout out to our boy C Pogson. Shout out to Fresh and Fit and the Fresh and Fit fam. Hey, I definitely start my game with the advice you guys give. He's basically with us all day, bro. So
he lives with us basically,
bro. So for you, Chris, here's this new sound effect. Shots, baby.
So, Chris?
So shout out to Chris, man. Guys, don't forget to, again, like the video, please. Get on our Patreon, patreon.com/freshfit. Obviously, we're dropping a lot of gems on this one, give you guys a bunch of free value. We got 199 live viewers.
Hold on. We got 201 live viewers and only 74 likes. We need at least 100, guys.
Guys, get us to 100, man. Come on.
Likes at least.
For free.
Come on, man. We don't ask you all for a dime other than Patreon. But
you can get in there for $5. We got trolls in there right now paying us. So it's like, whatever. Okay. Next is going to be how to approach girls on Instagram, which I'm going to let Fresh take this because obviously we talked about the dating app funnel. Now we're going to talk about actually approaching the girls on Instagram off like maybe a cold DM or whatever it may be. So it's going to be number 4 here, guys. And just an overview real fast. We went over the number 1, the mindset you have to be in. Number 2, how to prepare your online presence. Number 3, how to reach out to girls you actually match with. And we gave you guys 2 different funnels, a text funnel as well as an Instagram funnel. Quick overview on that. And then next is going to be number 4, how to reach out to girls on Instagram.
Round 4.
Go ahead, man.
All right. So once again, guys, you're putting a lot of pressure on yourselves when you think too much about it. It is not that hard. Either she likes you or she doesn't. And you're going to test it out by some simple questions and then move forward from there with some compliance. And that's it. So this is once you've met her in person. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm gonna give you guys a very good example, right? I brought this up in my last Patreon video that I'm about to post right now. So in this case, right? Let's say you're cold pushing a chick, right? And there's 3 guys. You're all the same height. You're all the same race. There's no like deciding factor that'll make it very different. You're all kind of on the same level. You're all like maybe 5'10", same race, same height, everything, right? You talk the same. There's no difference, and it's one chick. So you guys all approach, right? And each person comes with a different way of getting her information. One guy says, you know what? I don't have a cell phone, but I'm gonna go ahead and, you know what I'm saying, write your name and your address down. It's kind of weird, I know, but just bear with me for a second. 2, which is me, I'll say, you know what? You seem pretty cute. I like your vibe. What's your Instagram? Boom. Right there and then we exchange. She follows me. I follow her back. It's done deal. Sealed and signed. 3rd guy says, you know what? You seem pretty cool. I like your vibe as well. But let me get your phone number. I'm going to give you all 3 scenarios, right? First guy is a creep. She probably gave him the wrong address. I don't know why he wants her address. That's just really weird. Yeah, second guy, right, is actually, you know what? 3rd guy is the guy with the phone number. He got her phone number. Text her that same day. Said, hey, nice meeting you. This is John from down the street. She's like, who is this? She already forgot about you, bro. 1, remember, we're in the social media age. So much is going on. She might have a guy she's talking to. She might have to go pick up her mom. She might have school. She might have a test. She forgot about you giving you her number, and you're out of her mind. Now, the 3rd guy, me with Instagram, I come up now. She's following me. She's like, who is this guy that's following me back? sees my page, sees my stories, my highlights, sees my lifestyle. She's like, yo, this guy's pretty interesting. Like, who is this guy? Like, how did I meet him? Like, oh my god, like boom. And if I really want to talk to her, like, if I want to go for it, because I already know I set it up properly, I can say, hey, nice meeting you today. How are you doing? Boom, super simple, super easy, and just offer having a good profile. She's gonna respond and be like, oh, it's nice meeting you too as well. I think I met you at this spot. And for example, the guy with the phone number, she probably forgot about. But me now, probably remembers my face, sees the lifestyle, and now she wants to be a part of it. So I would say as well, on my end as well, girls trap you with thirst traps, like pictures of themselves, their body, their booty, whatever. Guys, we need to use lifestyle to get that same effect. And like we always say, right? Like we always say, it's all about making sure she has a fun time, or she can have a fun time, because girls want to have fun. Like I don't know how to make it any more simple, guys. It's not that hard. Once you can showcase to her that she can have fun with you and enjoy herself, remember, it's just your turn. She's not yours. You can really enjoy women, and also they can enjoy the time with you, and then they want to make it more concrete. But all in all, Instagram, when you set it up that way, cold approach online from dating apps, all you're gonna do is have a good profile, a good picture, a good bio, and we cover that on Patreon also in the course that's coming. And once that's set up, guys, it's gonna be automated gaming. Like I can tell you right now, Myron, have you ever seen me cold approach? Maybe once, right, or twice?
Yeah. I drag him with me when I do it if it's like a 2-setter son. But yeah, he does get sources all his girls online pretty much.
And then how many girls do you see me with like daily? A lot, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's all from Instagram and maybe a few apps here and there. But the point, guys, here is that like I want this to be so simple for you guys that like, you can focus on your business, you can focus on your goals, your fitness, and not have to worry about chasing chicks all the time. Because guys, the biggest thing I've asked millionaires, like I met a bunch of millionaires here in Miami, around the world, and I asked them, "What's your biggest regret?" And a lot of them say sometimes, "I wish I had started earlier on my business, and I wasted time focusing on girls." Because the thing is, yes, we want to master girls and learn game, but if you can limit that and master like your inner game yourself, then cold approach, online social media is going to be a lot easier for you, and you're going to be a better man for doing that.
Yo, real talk, like social media, if you set it up right, like I always tell you guys, it's basically passive demonstrations of higher value. It's like passive income, right? So like when you have your Instagram set up correctly, you don't got to spend as much time, cold approach and all this other stuff. Even though I enjoy cold approach or whatever, I ain't going to lie to you guys. It is labor intensive, man. And you're going to deal with a lot of BS. So when you have a good IG setup and like a good online presence in general, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and we're going to teach you guys if you do have YouTube, how to flex that as well. But the thing is that you got to basically, your social media is a digital business card that constantly demonstrates higher value for you. So the girl can, you're always on her mind, and she basically can see your lifestyle. Because like we always say, man, girls thirst trap with their bodies, you guys thirst trap with their lifestyle, bro. Yep. So that's how you do it. So, okay. So, yo, I got to read the super chat real quick. Buddy. Shout out to our boy John from Bulldog Mindset, bro. He got $10 super chat. Fourth guy standing on the corner with shades on, waits until she gives them choosing signals. They smash right there. Bro, fire, bro.
Yo, that's so funny. Yo, this is for John. Yo, this is for John.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh my God, bro. Okay. Hilarious. Anyway, shout out to John for Bulldog Mindset. You guys stay tuned. He's gonna come on the stream when we do the Q&A. Yeah. So all right, guys. So next we're gonna go finally, besides the joking around and everything like that, we're gonna go over the last one, how to set up the online interaction into a date, which Fresh alluded to it a little bit before. But before we get into it, guys, 230 live viewers, man, please like the video so you're not on the corner rubbing your hands waiting on choosing signals, all right?
Yo, real quick, you know what? This one, number 5, is going to probably get you laid. So if y'all want to hear this right now, you know what? You know what? This is for patrons. You know what? If y'all want to hear it right now, get the likes to 150, and then we'll do it. If not, we're going to stop right here and go to Patreon, and then that's it. And John can hop on the Patreon call, because right now, this is like important, guys. If you want to find, this is like the final piece to the puzzle. If you want to master it and learn it, 150 likes. Super easy.
150, man. Guys, likes are free. Stop being cheapskates. And while we wait, are we there?
We are at 118. Oh, guys, we're almost there.
We're almost
Think
there.
about it.
Man,
Almost
hit
there.
the like button, guys. Come on, man. But literally, hit the like button. Get us to 150. Push us in the algorithm so more people can get this information. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, no, more fun sounds.
Actually, you know what? We can read the super chats real quick. I guess
We got super chats. Oh, okay. Let's see here. Okay. So obviously we got John with with his great.
Yo, I thought I was like, yo, John, my guy.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, all right. Robert Sananis with a $3 Canadian super chat. Is there a way to DHV on text?
It's possible, but it's very hard to, because text can be conceived in different ways, and you don't know, like, if you might come off as flexing to her. You don't know if she's gonna look at it as, like, you know what, like, he's capping, trying to get me to go on a date. You kind of don't want to like throw it in the face. You kind of want to just find it like on Instagram. But if you have to, FaceTime and then flex like that. Or like if you already have a good profile set up, or like she has a certain perception of you, then you can put like something that DHVs you that's congruent to what you've already purported. But like, let's say, like, you know, it's obvious you live with your mom, like, you know what I'm saying, your younger guy, whatever it may be. And then all of a sudden you send her like a text message of you like in a beach in Turks and Caicos. She'll be like, bro, you capping. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, it's got to be congruent is the biggest thing, Rob. Let's see here. Or do we have to get the likes up, man, so we can hit the last one here? We're at 134. Oh, we got another super chat.
Guys, hit the likes, man. It ain't that hard, guys. Like, come on.
We got another super chat.
All right.
So,
okay. Merciless with the 499 super chat. Bruh, when I come out to Miami, I need to meet up with y'all and hit the drive. I'm bringing that Cali swag. Salute. I think he means Ocean Drive. He wants to hit Miami Beach.
hey.
Yeah, hit us up, man. Yo, for all $97 tier patrons, like if you come to Miami, like you're going to legit party with us. Like we're going to take you out. We're going to show you how we run game. We're going to take you to our favorite spots here. We're going to
get a free boot camp, basically.
We get a free boot camp, bro. Like
for less than $3,000.
Yeah, we ain't RSD out here like, you know, capping, bro. $3,000, bro. And I'll teach you how to talk to bad chicks. They just stand there watching you. So yeah, man. Nah, we ain't about that. So yeah, just get on the Patreon and you guys get to see it real time. And you guys will be alongside us, like if we get a table, whatever, and you'll see exactly how we do what we do. And you know, just join in the ride and help us womanize in Miami. So
guys, we are almost there. We're at 141. 9 more likes, and you got the final key to mastering your online seduction from Myron Gaines and Fresh Prince CEO. Like Thursday night,
guys. It's not that hard. Who else do we got here? We got Chris Pride, just showing some love to the legendary Myron Gaines, the Fresh Prince CEO. Thank you so much, man.
Yo, shout out to my boy Chris. Yo, he is a cool guy in the Patreon. He's also one of the Instagram students. He's doing his thing. Shout out to him. He is a good dude. So shout out to you, Chris.
Have we hit 150 likes yet? Do I got to play the Who Wants to Be a Millionaire thing again?
Okay, so we're at 148. 2 more, guys. 149. 1 more, and let's see. We need 1 more like. What shall it be? What shall it be?
Come on, man. 1 more like, guys.
1 more like, guys.
Last one. Do we got it?
Oh, we got it. Thank you, guys. See?
Okay.
154.
You guys unlocked the final round. So now we're going to get into how to set up the online interaction and frame it into a date, which a lot of guys mess this one up, man.
Houseway.
Final round.
Okay. So Fresh kind of alluded to it before where he said, hey, are you going to be able to handle me, whatever. And that's more like what we call like a sexual screen to see what her buying temperature is, to see, like the final thing to, number one, close the date. And then also to like, be like, hey, this is man to woman, by the way. We ain't going to go out and talk about, flowers and, and like platonic BS. You know what I mean? So
I'm not going to sing Kumbaya by the fire and just talk and hold hands.
So the way I'll give you guys what I like to do, and then Fresh can give you his. And this is the beauty because you guys get different perspectives, right? So to me, I just tell her we're going to meet for drinks at night. And when I tell her that basically frames it as like a man to woman interaction off rip. Because quite frankly, guys, I know you guys are like, what? How like,
Houseway.
I'll tell you guys because I definitely,
Answers, man. You already got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers.
we got the answers over here. So this is what you guys got to understand. When you say let's go get drinks, that's a less crass way of saying we might possibly hook up tonight. Okay, you understand? That's really what it is. Yo, hold on. I really want to like hammer this home, guys. When you say I want to go get drinks or whatever, that in itself makes it a man-to-woman interaction off rip, pretty much.
Nighttime.
Especially at nighttime. It's like a very covert way to sexualize the interaction, okay? Now, I know some of you guys in here are like, oh, I'm 18, Myron, or I can't, or I don't like drinking or whatever. Totally cool. You could still tell her, let's go get drinks, but you get to the place first, and then you make sure you order like, a soda and lime or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Or like a Coke, and when she shows up, oh, it's a Coke and whiskey or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you could do that. Or you could take her on a coffee date, but you're going to need to do a little bit more work up front. And you're going to have to like, when you're talking to her and you're setting up like the coffee date, you're going to ask her like certain questions that are going to trigger that this is going to be a man-to-woman interaction. So one thing you could say is so how's like the dating kind of been for you around here? You know what I mean? And then she's probably going to complain about other men. And what you're going to do is, even if you're not dating other chicks, you're going to be like, yeah, I've met a lot of crazy chicks. And what you're going to do, and the reason why you have to do that is because you need to convey that you're also pre-selected and that you're dealing with the opposite gender as well. You don't want to say, well, this is my first date in about, 7 years. She's going to be like, what? Like, get me out of here. Because like girls need cosigns from other women, guys. Unfortunately, they need that cosign. So, and the other thing too, I got to say this real fast, bro. Women do not know the plight of men whatsoever. Bro. Like they literally like, and all the time, I like, as you guys know, like go on dates. I love to ask girls this. What percentage of men do you think are sexually active? Bro, all these chicks, 80%, 90%, 100%, blah, blah, blah. They think that getting sex from the opposite gender is as easy for them, is as easy for you as it is for them. And quite frankly, it's not. So you have to do everything in your power to convey that you have options like she does. You almost kind of like have to think like a girl when you're on these dates with these girls. Yep. Because if you tell them anything about like how do I say this? The unfortunate reality of the current marketplace for men, how like it's hard, like it's tough to get on dates, girls flake so much, blah, blah, blah. She's going to be like, because that's not her reality. And she's going to assume that you're lower value because the men that she deals with have options. Because girls, shout out to Rollo Tomasi, man, go read The Rational Male. A lot of girls have something called the apex fallacy, where they compare you to the top 5% of men that they've dealt with in their life. Those guys have options. This is me. So since these guys have options, all men must be like this. But women like don't understand whatsoever that only a very small percentage of men have these traits that are universally attractive to all women. And those are the guys that are cleaning up. And all the other guys are left with like zero scraps because women are selective and they think that men are like that too. And it doesn't work that way until they become older. But young girls are oblivious to this. So I say all that to pin it up for this, guys. When you're on a date with her, right? It's to like kind of like make it more man and woman. You could ask her about her dating, what's going on with her dating thing, and then you need to make sure that you're also displaying that. Yeah, I've dated a few girls, but they're kind of crazy, whatever it is, and that's gonna be pretty powerful because you're gonna be pretty much put on the same level as her. Like, yeah, I have options too, and you need to be able to convey that because if you say some BS like I haven't dated in years, she's gonna think you crazy, like off rip, So I'll let Fresh hit it. Go ahead.
Yeah, man. Very important. So I'm gonna start with this phrase that I'm a coin. So I think Steve Harvey said, "What do you say? Act like a lady, think like a man." I'm gonna say, think like a woman, act like a high value man. Because the point here is that, like, guys, if you don't source and if you don't put yourself out there to like be in an abundance mindset, like we said at the very beginning, you're gonna come from the frame and from the energy and vibe that like you're thirsty, you're hunting for it, and she can feel that through text, through in person, and online. So you need to be very laid back, but at the same time be very concise and decisive whenever you talk to a female, and don't be like waiting for a week, like, oh, I must feel her out by text, and maybe every now and then I'll give her a phone call. You're not a pen pal. You're not her friend. You're not trying to be her best friend here. You're trying to be a man. Take her out, show her a good time, and then close the deal, because that's what high value men, and that's why you guys are here. So off rip, when you're online and you meet the girl, what you want to do is, and this could be text, this could be Instagram, whatever, right? First thing you want to do is, like I said before, hey, definitely, I want to take you out. When next you're free, boom. She'll say, okay, I'm free on this Saturday. She may have some kids. You can say I'll be free on this weekend because the baby daddy has my kid. That's fine, whatever. At that point, you set the date. You say, hey, okay, perfect. I'll be free on Sunday at this time. Is this good for you? She's gonna say either yes or no, and then she'll either counteract if she likes you, or she'll just like avoid it and say, oh, I'm busy. And funny enough, I'm gonna take it as a quick story, right? So
Memory
one of my memory lane. Yo, could you hear that?
Yeah,
No.
yeah. I heard it. No, I didn't hear it.
Hold on. Could you hear this?
Nope.
Yeah, never mind. So this story, right, is very, very funny. And I actually have a should I show the proof? I feel like I should show the proof.
Everyone wants receipts nowadays, which we have plenty of receipts on our Patreon, guys. Patreon.com/freshfit. $20 and up. You will see the receipts. Our nickname, guys, by the way, is CVS because we definitely have receipts. And it's those long, annoying ones that come out, you pay with your card. It's like, bro, like 7 trees died to formulate this receipt. So we definitely have receipts, guys, and we do show them, but it's on Patreon because, we can't like put everything on YouTube, guys. Like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Plus, we got to protect, the privacy of everybody involved. So, yeah, only the most loyal of people get to see that, which we're going to have a Zoom call after this, by the way, guys. Let me get the super chat real quick. Or get ice cream. Ice cream dates work if your game is solid. For sure. I taken girls on like taco dates or whatever if I didn't feel like I wanted to drink or nothing, and that works as well. You just got to be a little bit more. You got to have your game on point when you do that, because you're taking her pretty much on a date that could be deemed as platonic. So you need to be very good with your mannerisms with what you do. But if you can do it, absolutely. And by the way, guys, we got the phone lines open 515-605-9740 as soon as Fresh finishes. So showing you guys this thing. Finish the point. We'll.
By the way, I want to welcome the new patrons that just joined. Steve Hernandez and Kwaku Hayford. Forgive me if I said that wrong, but shout out to you guys for joining Patreon just now. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to the fam, the Fresh and Fit fam, bro. And you guys are gonna definitely be getting a lot of value because we
have it. Okay, can I share my screen, please?
Yeah, go. Yeah. Click the share button.
Okay, cool. So, guys, right? This is when I say, like, if a girl likes you, she's going to tell you. If she doesn't, she's going to tell you as well. And be grateful that she's telling you up front, right? So, I'm going to share my screen right now. Give me 1 second. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Right? So, excuse my dog.
Tell Hero to shut up.
Yeah. Yo, chill out, bro. Okay.
Hero's really behaved.
Yeah, he's like a little. Anyhow, where's my photos? Right, cool. So in this case, right, we did like a little experiment, and my buddy, right, was testing to see if this girl was gonna flake or not, right, to like this event. So we'll tell you guys, right, the frame is very important. How you meet a girl. So a lot of girls, right, will flake on you because she got a better offer or she got a higher bidder, right? So in this scenario, right, he invited her out. She was about to come, and then she said this the same day. She's like, "Hey, was looking forward to giving you to going today, but something came up with my mom today, and I have to go do something with her. I can meet you tomorrow or something. I'm sorry." Now, I don't know what that sounds like to you guys, but to me, that sounds like a fat ass excuse, and it's a goddamn lie.
Yeah, that definitely means, like seriously, bro, like
the lie detector determined that was a lie.
And then, right? So this is the frame, and this he didn't do it. This is just like a test, basically. He says, "Oh, I see. Well, if you can't come today, then you should just look for a new sugar daddy." yo, and then he says, "Because I can't deal with flaking, especially for the kind of money I'm paying. I hope you can make it after all." Okay, I understand. Let me see what I can do. Let me talk to my mom, and I'm gonna try and get out. I'll see you later. So see, off rip, she flicks on him, right? Then he said, "Oh, since you're not gonna do what I say, I guess you won't be getting any money then." And then boom, what happened? Oh, all of a sudden her mom is fine. So guys, the point here is that when you want to set up your online dates, right? Don't take launches of girls seriously. Just keep a lot of sourcing happening, and basically, let me just touch on my screen. You want to go ahead and set the date as soon as possible. So the point is that when you talk to the girl, you go ahead and you say, "Hey, you're pretty cute. When else you're free?" Boom. She says Saturday 8 p.m. Okay, pick you up. She responds to that. Great. Set up a FaceTime call. Hey, I'm saying I want to meet you first in person. FaceTime, get to know you a little bit better. And then once you screen her properly, you answer some questions. What do you do for fun? We're gonna have a great time. And then you could do my line and say, hey, I hope you can handle me, blah blah blah. But the point here is that like when you get her on Instagram or on text, set the date as soon as possible. And if she flakes like that, it might be happening because, like I said, there's a higher bidder, or there's a chance that she's like actually like in a situation, which is hardly ever.
Yo,
but the
Fred,
point here is,
hold on real quick, because we have some guys in the chat, they're confused a little bit about why you showed that text message. And guys, we're not showing you that to say, let me clarify this real fast. Hold on.
yeah.
We're not showing you guys to tell you to do that. What we are showing you guys that for is to tell you this is why women flake on you. You understand? That's why we're showing you guys that, because you guys see the thing is, this girl's a very attractive girl, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is that this guy, right, basically offered her money, and she tried to flake on him. He's like, no, you better show up because there's money, right? And it's our boy. He does this all the time. But that's a whole other thing. He's like a real salt dude, whatever. But the point we're trying to make here is this. Girls flake on you because they get offers like this, guys. We're showing you the other side, why women flake on you so much, because offers like this come down their list every single time. So the only way you're going to know if a chick really wants to deal with you is you got to set up the date quickly so that you can overcome obstacles like this, where guys are offering girls ridiculous amounts of money. So this is not a flex, guys.
Yes, not flex.
No, because I really got to clarify this for the guys in the chat. This is to let you know what you're up against in the current sexual marketplace.
Yes.
There's dudes out here tricking hardcore like that.
Yes.
You don't close the date quick, or you don't set the date up quick, she's going to go with one of those guys. You understand? That's why we're showing you guys that, because girls always go highest bidder up. And if they're getting offered money, no matter how much she likes you, she's going to flake. I guarantee you guys that she probably flaked on 2 to 3 other guys to go and meet with our boy because he offered her $5,000. So that's what you guys got to understand, is that these women are getting crazy offers like that. So don't waste time. Set the date quick so you don't lose your time to a dude like that that's tricking. That's what we're trying to teach you guys.
Exactly. So once again, guys, it's not to flex. It's just to let you know that, like, if you wait, let's say you wait 2 weeks to ask her on a date, some guy in between them met her, offer her either maybe a fun time on a boat, some money, or even just a good time to dinner, and you lose out because she won't respond to you, or she'll be like, oh, I'm busy, because she's seeing somebody else. So guys, don't waste time. The whole point is that you know to set a date as soon as possible when you talk to her online or in person. And that was it.
And whatever you do, don't trick. Don't tell girls you're gonna pay him none of that stuff. Like that's like our friend he's troll. Like he doesn't like so
he's trolling.
We simply showed you guys that to let you know what you're up against in the current dating marketplace. If you decide to waste time, guys like that are gonna get the date over you. Does that make sense, guys? So especially if you're in a major city where there's a lot of like affluent men, etc. We compete against guys like this all day in Miami. We ain't paying these chicks to come out on dates.
Hell no.
Other dudes are. So you need to act accordingly and quickly kick girls to the curb that don't comply, because if she flakes or she does some BS, now you guys know why. From behind the scenes, a side that you guys don't see that girls get all the time, where they're getting crazy offers. You know, you guys think that we're just messing around like, oh, girls get flown out and put on boats and all that. No, bro, this is a real thing that's going on. It's like a new epidemic as to why women are flaking so much and doing the things they do. A lot of you guys complain about hypergamia, et cetera, et cetera. This is why a lot of you guys are suffering. You're competing against tricks like this that want to spend crazy dough on chicks and meet on dates, man. So we got our boy in the house, John from Bulldog Mindset, by the way.
Yo, what's up,
John?
What up, John? And oh man, the phone lines are crazy right now. So let's get right into it. We got 818 on the line. Let's get him on. 818, welcome to the show.
Yo, what's up, guys?
Yo.
What's up? Oh, what's up, Cam? How you doing, brother?
What's up, guys? So good. Hey, John, nice to talk to you again. So I wanted to ask you guys this. So here's a question. You guys always say no free attention on IG. So what would be the difference between a woman that is that you're giving too much free attention to a woman on IG, so it's worth unfollowing her, compared to a girl that like was initially interested in you in the beginning, but due to certain circumstances, whatever, she changes her mind and she no longer, well, it's not that she no longer, but she's not interested in meeting up with you on a date, or she's kind of like being finicky about it. So when is it worth like unfollowing her in that situation? Because I see myself unfollowing girls like prematurely, and then they just hit me up later and they're like, hey, can you meet up at this time? And I'm just like,
Yes.
so it kind of puts me in like a weird position. So what's the difference? How would you guys be able to help me with this?
See, Cam, I see. You see what happened there to you? This is why like you have to wait and don't be so hasty to do it, because you don't know the situation, right? And I will say to all my clients and all my students, keep them in the funnel, because you never know when it's going to be your turn. So for example, right, like the girl that had high interest at first and then fell off, like she didn't unfollow you, right? So don't unfollow her. Keep it how it is for now, because you don't know what happened. Either her ex came back into her life, maybe she had like a better option than you that night or that week, and she wanted to focus on that, and then it failed. So now she wants to meet you later on. So I would say never close the deal until they close their end of the bargain, right? So I would say keep following them until either they unfollow you, or it's just like at this point blatant disrespect. But I never really unfollow, because I just keep them there, because when I post like I'm telling you, Cam, stories that are high value, they reach out to me like, hey, hey stranger, how you doing? I'm like, here we go again. Gotcha. So good.
Yeah, John, you got a point on that one? You want to touch on?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's no point in ever, like, the only reason why you would ever like unfollow or like stop following up on a lead is just out of pride. Like, just it does, like, you can have your pride or you can have results, right? Like, you always got to do the most pragmatic, effective thing, right? So even like a lot of guys that I coach, we'll go out to a club or something, and they'll get a bunch of numbers, and then at the end of the night they'll be like, all right, well, and I'm like, all right, start texting the numbers. They're like, oh, but they didn't text back. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, let's do a Hail Mary now. Like, call them on the phone. And they're like, well, that's so low value. I'm like, hey, it's pragmatism. You're never gonna see them again. Like, you might as well shoot the Hail Mary right now. So it's like, you got to be pragmatic. You got to be, there's the long game and there's a short game, right? And so in the short game, you got to do whatever you can. It doesn't matter, because it's a one shot thing. It's gone or it's gone. It's either here now or it's gone. And then if it's a longer game, then you got to play the long game for the longest. So this is a long game, right? So don't unfollow. Just be like, heck, you could have a rotation. You could just go through your phone every month and then just send, funny GIF or something to like 15, 20 or whatever your list is of non-responders. Maybe you have 100 non-responders, right? I mean, it depends on how you're running this, but if like 10 of them start responding after a month, then you're gonna reuse those what you got, right? What you already put in the funnel, all the work you put in the funnel. So it's just a matter of like just swallowing the pride and thinking, okay, what's the most pragmatic thing? Because that's ultimately what game is figuring out how to get what you want. So it's not about like being high value. It's not about like, those are ways to get what you want, but that's not the end result. The end goal is to get what you want. And so sometimes that's going to be doing, quote, low value things like following up when you haven't gotten a text back. But it's all depending on whether it's a short game or it's a long game. So it doesn't make sense to unfollow people or to like delete them from your phone. There's no point in doing that.
Well said. Game isn't black and white, like what John is saying. You might need to do some maneuvers just to get what you want at that point. But like you're saying, 100% is right.
Yeah, man. So, Cam, does that answer your question?
Yeah, that's solid. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
All right.
All right, Cam. Appreciate you, bro.
We're going to move on to 760. But before I do that, quick super chat here from Urban Philosophy. Hey, guys, I know you that picks were number 1, 2, 3 priority. My picks are very good. Professional from high-end events. Do you have tips for bios? Well, if your pictures are really good, man, that's going to do most of the work for you. So, excuse me, the bio, I mean, as long as you put something that's like kind of funny, witty, we have a template for that. Get on the Patreon and we'll and you can see it in there, but like I can't give the whole template away that we use bios, man. I hate to be that guy. I'd be like, get on the paywall, but like, sorry, bro, like we can't just put it all out. I'll tell you this. The first thing you say has to be like something shocking, right? That's going to get her attention. And then from there, we have a whole, array of different things you can say and set up like a template that you can use to get the girl to basically open you. Or if you talk to her, she's gonna, because here's the thing, if a girl's interested in you, she might open you and she's gonna use your bio to like write her intro. You know what I mean? So sometimes you need to, because like, bro, I always say it, girls have zero game. So you have to kind of like help them a bit with like generating kind of conversation sometimes. So a good bio will do that for you, especially if your pictures are good, etc. But that's a little bit more advanced. You guys got anything on that?
You can even say like, I mean, because that's what I'd say is like, what you're saying is the pictures are the most important thing. So the bio doesn't actually matter, except for really the case where you're having her message you, which is like, if you have something like ask me about blank, then that's going to make it easier for her to do that. But yeah, I mean, for the most part though, it's going to be like 95% what the pictures are. And then like that little 5%, because no girls are gonna be like, oh, this bio, like even if your bio's offensive and shitty, if your pictures are good, she's still going to swipe on you and then shit test you immediately.
Facts. And then she won't even, honestly guys, she doesn't read your bio until she commits in her mind that she's going to like actually see you, if we're going to keep it a buck, you know what I mean? Facts. So she's not even going to bother to read your profile until like you set the date, you know what I'm saying? So just understand that it doesn't have as much importance as people think. It's just a cherry on top. So with that said, we'll move on to on the call list, 760. 760, you're on the Fresh and Fit podcast with Myron Gaines and Fresh Prince CEO and Bulldog Mindset, special guest. What's your question?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you, man.
I want to ask you a question. Why are you such a fucking scam artist, you fucking asshole?
I knew it. I knew it.
I knew that was coming when I heard that voice.
I knew it.
It's always great when trolls come in, bro. Hey, man. Well, listen, dude. Thanks for calling in and waiting on the line for about 30 minutes.
You must have a lot of girls hitting you up, and like, you know, you got so much time on your hands. Like,
I waited about 30 minutes to say that. That's awesome, man. Yo, you know what? I respect the like the dedication.
To troll.
Yeah.
All right. 501.
Hey.
What up, 501? How you doing, bro?
Pretty good, man. It's Ryan calling from Denver, Colorado. I want to thank the last caller for making me up next. But
what's up, Ryan? Ryan, you're in Telegram, right? You're in the Telegram chat.
No, I'm on the Patreon actually. But I think I called in last night or 2 days ago.
Gotcha.
Regarding like a question, but I had another thing come up that my S test is kind of coming up because I went out with this one chick. And basically, we went out dancing. We had a really good time. We were kissing all night. But so we had to close the night real early because, to be honest, I was feeling really tired because I had smashed another chick the last night beforehand. I was just feeling exhausted. To kind of explain the situation, I texted her the next day, said, hey, had a really good time. Would like to meet up again. What's your schedule? She's like, I don't know my schedule right now because I have a friend coming in, but let me get back with you. I was like, all right, wait her to get back. And she just texted me today about 4 days later, and she's like, hey, had a really good time last time, but I'm going to be upfront and honest. I kind of got friend vibes from you. And I'm just kind of like, what? How do I respond to this?
Okay. John, you want to take?
John, handle that.
Forget.
Well, how about some more details of what actually happened on the date? Like, I mean, you like, what was it like? Full on, you're making out with her? What were you talking? Any sexual talk? You know, what was happening?
There was some like sexual talk. We had been kissing all throughout the night because we went through like two-stepping. And then when we finally got to the car, to be honest, like we closed it out early because I was just so tired. But when I got to the car, we made out a little bit.
What kind of kissing was it like?
And she's like, "All right, have a good night."
Was it like
I kind of pissed her off or not?
Was it like cute kissing, or was it like rated R movie kissing?
Cute.
It's cute kissing.
Yeah,
definitely cute.
Okay, so I mean, were you going? Where were the hands going? Where are your hands going? I mean, these are important questions, so I'm asking you this.
On her neck. Kind of like all the, I guess, hot spots. Like it wasn't like, you know, full out, like, you know, trying to keep it PG, guys, a little bit.
Okay. I mean, I would say that the thing is I mean probably it just wasn't enough, but the text the next day was probably kind of that might have been what actually killed you.
Yeah.
Right, because I haven't had a good time, because sometimes when you're like that, then girls are thinking, oh, this guy's looking for like a long-term type of thing, like he's looking for a relationship, because he's like, they get scared. They're like, oh, maybe this guy thinks that I'm his girlfriend now because you gave her like a sweet text. Like, you can't be sweet like off that early on. Like you still have to be a little bit cold. You know what I mean? Like, you can play it, like you can give if you're going to give a compliment or something that's like have a good time, then you gotta pull it back with a little bit of like, yeah, it's just too bad that you're such a shitty dancer and kept stepping on my feet, right? It's like, okay, now it's like, you see what I'm saying? Now she's getting a totally different vibe from you. So I think that, and then also when you asked her like what's your schedule like, instead you should just say, hey, I'm Thursday night, let's go do that. Like, just suggest a thing instead of asking her. So you kind of like deferred to her as well. So it might have been just that whole thing with the vibe, and then the way that you handled the texting the next day. And what do you guys think,
bro?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Oh, you want to go?
No, you go. Good, because we'll go. You answer, and then we'll go to the next caller. That way we can everybody in. Go ahead,
Ryan. You were doing well until, and I can tell you right now how she feels, because it's happened to me. I made this mistake by not closing the deal. You kind of like set up the frame where like, yeah, she was willing to do probably a little bit more, because you close it off early. She's probably like, you know what, like maybe he's not the one for me because he's not able to like fully go all the way. Because think about it, right? If you could even like try to like maybe like, I don't know, go for the finger, or even like grab like, I'm saying, down there, like you could have seen how far she's willing to take it and say, hey, you know what? And plus, I know you were kind of tired as well, but like, I still would have tried to went for it, because like, you don't know, like she might have been like, you know what, I want to do it tonight with him, but you kind of like shut it off, and she's like, oh wow, like this is not what I signed up for. Like, I was actually willing to go all the way, and then you ended like that. So that was like a rejection she gave you by saying that you guys were friends, even though you kissed her. It wasn't enough to like, you know what I'm saying, seal that deal. So I would have went all the way just because like I don't like to leave things unhandled, because like I said, she could have a guy back home that wants to like, you know what I'm saying, see her. She might have an ex that might come through, like, and at that point, like you already like turn her off. So she's like, you know what, nah, this guy isn't serious. He's not going all the way. That's just my take on it. But yeah.
I'll just end it with this, Ryan. Basically, this is why every time you go on a first date, you need to try to close, because the thing is, when you push for sex on the first date, it pretty much puts you in a certain category that she's going to understand on terms that, number one, she can't string you along on multiple dates, and then number two, she's going to know kind of where you stand, and that you're kind of like, because that's a very dominant like alpha type thing to do, is try to bang a girl the first time you meet her. A lot of guys don't have the balls to do it. Like, they might try it, but they'll do it in like a very passive manner. Hey, you want to come upstairs maybe? Like, nah, like when you tell her deliberately, we're going back to my place, whatever, and you don't really ask her, you just tell her and she just follows you, right? It's that's when you convey that kind of energy, she's gonna like, no, okay, like I don't have to worry. Because the thing is, bro, is that I always say it, when you go on a date, your first name needs to be plausible, last name needs to be deniability. Women never actually want to be responsible for any type of sex that happens. I really want you to internalize that. Chicks don't want to be responsible for anything that makes them promiscuous. They want you to seduce them. That's why seduction, I always say, is a two-part process. She needs to actually like you enough to allow herself to be seduced, but you have to be the one to do the seduction, and you do that through leading. So since you didn't convey that to her, she was like, oh, I'm going to actually have to put work in. Thus, I'm going to have to make moves to have sex. Thus, I'm going to feel like a slut doing this. Thus, this guy can't be assertive and do it on his own. I'm going to lose attraction, because girls don't want to be responsible for sexual advances, bro. That's just an unfortunate reality of how women operate, because there's so many negative social stigmas tied to women that are promiscuous that most girls don't want to ever have to be responsible for anything that goes down. They want you to just make it happen. You know, and so if you didn't do that, she put you in like the friend category, because like she saw you as a beta male, if I'm going to keep it a buck with you.
There's something off here, though. There's something that we're not hearing here, because I mean, I agree with you guys, but at the same time, like if he's making out with the girl multiple times in front of the car, like, and then he's the one withdrawing, there's something you're not telling us, caller. Like what aren't you telling us? What detail? What happened before? There's some detail that, or something that you're not telling us the truth about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to let the other callers get through and we talk one-on-one on this. Cause to be honest, like, there's a lot to detail the night, but I was trying to be at least forward. That's legitimately what happened. Oh,
okay.
Just Ryan, jump on a Zoom call after, and we could go through it again if you want, bro.
Yeah. Because there's some missing stuff here. There's definitely some missing stuff here, and but like from the information you gave me, I'm pretty confident that's why she sized you up in that manner.
Right. Yeah. Well, I'll figure it out, but I really appreciate y'all answering that, and I'll try to jump on the $50 Patreon so I can get on the call.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, Ryan.
Thank you.
See ya
later. Okay, so okay, guys. So we got a couple super chats here. I'll hit them real quick, and we'll get back to the phone lines. Jamal Tinsley with the 399 super chat. Thank you, or super sticker. Thank you very much. And then we got Jacob Bennett. You can also follow and mute their story /posts. Yep, that's what I do a lot of the time with girls that, like, they might have not complied or whatever, but I don't want to come off as butthurt. I'll do that sometimes. And then what else do we have here? Okay, so super chats are done. We'll move on to the next caller, 404. And then we got 727. Then we'll can the show, guys. After this, we're gonna have a Zoom call. We obviously, because of some trolls, we've had to up the tiers. But what we'll probably do is this will be the last Zoom call where we'll have tiers below $50 able to join. Basically, it's gonna be a last hurrah, guys, because we did promise that we would have all patrons be able to come in, but obviously due to some unforeseen circumstances with trolls. We've had to up the tiers. So what we'll do is we'll have it for everybody for this last time. And then after that, starting next week, guys, it's 50 and up only, unfortunately. So let's get into the phone lines with 404. 404.
Hey, man.
What up, man?
What's going on, brothers?
E-Man, my boy. What's up, boy?
Nothing, man. Nothing. But I got a question real quick. So y'all showed us the other side of what happened between that text conversation between that guy who's going to spend money on that bill and such, and she flaked on the other guy. I just want to know, on our side, if a girl says something like that, like if she flakes on us because, like she said, that's like some fucking emergency pulled up, like how do we respond to that?
Okay, so that's an excellent question. So because we got 256 live viewers right now, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe to John's YouTube channel, guys. Bulldog Mindset. The guy's a multimillionaire for a reason. He doesn't brag about it, but we will brag about it for him. And obviously, CEO Lifestyle Fresh's YouTube channel. So that was an excellent question, brother. So I'm gonna unpack that real quick, and then I'll turn it to the panel.
Yo, Myron, we could do a whole episode on that freaking text, bro. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, we can. Because we got 263 live viewers right now. So guys, earlier Fresh showed a text thread between one of our friends and a girl, and our friend runs a lot of Salt Daddy game. We don't advise you do that, but he runs Salt Daddy game where he basically like tells chicks he's going to pay them, etc. Right? So the learning point is this: he offered the girl $5,000 to come to an event, right? And the girl was going to flake, and then he basically told her, "I'm paying you $5,000, you need to show up." And she was like, "Okay, I'm going to show up," despite her mom being sick.
Yes,
I'm showing you guys this text message to let you know the other side about what you're up against in the current sexual marketplace, where you're competing with tricks willing to pay these women hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to show up on a date. So we tell you guys this so that you guys can move dates and interaction with women quickly so that you don't end up competing against a guy like this. Because let me tell you guys this right now. This girl might have had another date or two planned with guys she actually was attracted to and liked, but she probably flaked on them to get this bag. And girls will always flake on you to get the bag. Now, the caller just had a great question saying, well, how do you handle that if you're not a trick? You got to understand, if a girl flakes like that and she doesn't, you got two options. If she gives you a counter offer and says, "I'm sorry, I can't make it. My mom is sick, but when are you free?" That's one thing, right? If she makes a counter offer or she like apologizes, etc. But if she just tells you, "I'm not going to make it. and leaves it dead like that, bro, it's a dub. Kick her to the curb.
For the streets.
What I would do. Yeah, like 1000%, bro. She
belongs to the streets.
Because when she's telling you that, what that really means is some other dude, just like we just showed you, might have offered her $5K to show up to some kind of event. You know what I'm saying? Girls disrespectfully flake on you and don't give you an ulterior or an ulterior date or something like that, or a counter offer. That's what happened to you. And we just wanted to show you guys that as a learning point. That's what you're up against in the sexual marketplace in 2020, guys, especially with the most attractive girls. So those are 2 routes you got to go, Iman. If she flakes on you, but she doesn't give a counter offer, 9 out of 10 times it's a dub. She don't respect you. She never really liked you, and something better came along.
Yep.
John, Fresh, what do you guys think?
You go ahead, John.
Okay.
Oh,
go ahead.
Okay, so Iman, honestly, bro, like, see, this is why I want to show, because like guys don't really understand what a compete with, right? And for example, we take rejection so hard because we're like, damn, like, what's wrong with me? Yes, you don't need to work on yourself, but also the other side of the coin is that like you're competing with guys that are like willing to pay their life savings, or maybe like to them it might be a drop in the bucket just to get her on the date. Like that in itself is like enough to, like, you know what I'm saying, change the game. So whenever you meet a chick, as soon as you can, you man, get her on a date. And if she ever says something like that, all you're gonna do is, like Myron said, if there's a counter offer, okay, go ahead and set up the second date. If not, leave it, keep it pushing, and you should always be pushing new girls. So that way you don't have one eyes for this girl. That way when she says that bull crap, you move on to the next girl and you set that date, and then go on the second date rather than her date.
And I love a lot of guys in the chat right now are shocked. Like, they were like, what? And it's like, bruh, you guys don't get it, man. Especially if you live in like LA, New York City, Miami, Vegas, San Diego, even. Like, there's a lot of ballers and rollers that do this type of thing, guys. Obviously, our friend, he was nice enough to give us that text so that we could put on the show to give you guys a teaching point, because Salt Daddy game, right? And he blocks all these chicks after it's
savage, bro.
I don't suggest you guys do what he does. We ain't gonna teach you any of that dark stuff, but it's funny. But he gave us that text to give you guys a perspective as to what the average guy is dealing with in the marketplace, man. So that's how you approach it, bro. John, you want to touch on it at all, or?
Yeah, I would say, again, like, looking at my kind of pragmatic approach, you should respond to that if you don't get the alternate, even if you get the alternate. So you got 2 options. One, like they said, if she says just an alternate date, in which case you still have to give her shit. You still have to say, hey, all right, but you owe me a drink now, right?
Yeah.
That's perfect, right? And then, then you're at least showing that, like, okay, you have some value there, right? That, like, you don't appreciate that, or you could even say, hey, look, I really don't appreciate that, but I understand, but hey, I'm not letting you off the hook. You still owe me a drink, right? That's cool. And then if she doesn't give an alternative, then what you need to do, and I was just dealing with this with a coaching client just the other day, literally, and I was just critiquing his text, and he was like, oh, that's okay, that's not a big deal. I was like, no. You say, I don't like when people flake on me, right? Or you can say, it's really unattractive when girls are flaky like that, or you can just say, no thanks, right? I'm done. Nice, have a good time, whatever. But if you just state that you don't like, you have to call it out. Like, if you say, I don't like when girls are flake like that, or even just, are you flaking on me, right? ? Like, you have to call it out. If you call it out, there's a really good chance that she'll come back, just like in that text, and be like, oh, actually, like, let me move something around, or whatever, because girls don't like being called out, and most guys will never call them out. If you're the guy that can call them out and say that uncomfortable thing, and not in a butthurt kind of way, just like, this is just, you just say what you think. I don't like it. Do you like it? No, I don't like it. So you just communicate that clearly. Like, a lot of times girls will turn around, or they may not say anything back, or in fact, a lot of times they'll answer back and they'll be like, oh, you're such a jerk, why you give me ad, blah blah blah, right? And then you just leave them on red. Okay, and then they'll come back a day later, or even later that night, or whatever it is, and they'll say, oh, I'm sorry, whatever. And then they'll, like, if they're actually interested in you, because they'll now see you as high value, because 90% of guys that they ever text and they flake on, just say, oh, it's not a big deal. Oh, okay, let's try for another night, instead of saying, I don't like when people flake on me, right? I don't like when people waste my time. This is, probably the best thing to say. That's like, if you could say one thing, just say, I don't like when people waste my time.
Yep. Hey, yo, I want to add one thing real quick. That was fire. Could you give him a Don DeMarco for that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yo, and I just want to. John opened a door that I want to touch on real quick. I wasn't going to get into it, but Iman is a patron, so we're going to give you this game right now for everybody to see. But go ahead, Fresh, and then I'll go after you.
Yeah, so in this case, I see some guys in the chat saying, oh, I live in a small city, so this doesn't apply to me. Wrong. Guys, those girls in those small cities, right, are flying out here to be in this environment. So you think, oh, my next door neighbor, she would never do that. She's hot, she's right to herself. Dude, some dude is DMing her saying, yo, come through. She's flying over to Miami. And luckily, me and Myron have game, so we're smashing it for free. And we get her in our videos for free. So, you know what I'm saying? And some guys are paying her $10K just to rub her feet. So it's tough out here, guys. Rejection, don't take it personal. Once again, mindset is always be sourcing. You're the prize. Keep it pushing.
Bro, okay. So, real quick, John, what John mentioned with the flakes. Yeah, when she does like apologize and decide to come out with you, you got to punish her. Either she's got to get you a drink, whatever it may be. You have to punish that behavior to let it know that it will not be tolerated, right? You got to basically make her come back to you on certain terms. You have to do that. Then number two, what John mentioned, which I think is really good. When you call her out for flaking, it can't be in a butthurt manner. It needs to be more of, and just to give you guys an example, it can't be, I'm angry, I'm disappointed. Okay. Like when your parents tell you, right? When your dad tells you, hey, like, and he slaps you and he's mad, whatever it may be, like, you're like, oh my God, you're like kind of fearful of it. Right. But like you're like, whatever. Right. But because you're getting smacked. But when your dad tells you, man, I'm disappointed in you. Now you're attacked. Now the reason why it hurts more is because he's not attacking you. He's attacking your character. And that's how you have to approach women, because women understand that their social value, right, is very important to them. The way the world perceives them is very important. And if you don't believe me, look at the makeup industry, etc. So women put a lot of stake into how the world perceives them. So when you come at her from the angle of, hey, I genuinely didn't take you to be this kind of girl, or that wasn't cool. Like, can I give you some human advice? Like, person to person advice. That really wasn't cool what you did. You know what I'm saying? And what's going to happen is you're going to make her feel bad. Okay. The important thing is making her feel a certain way. Now, I ain't going to lie to you, man. I'm not going to cap. She's not going to care unless she has some kind of attraction for you in the first place, because she's not going to explain herself to you or apologize unless you built some kind of attraction prior to her flaking. But if you did build attraction, you need to call her out in a way that's like masculine, right? Without being butthurt. So a good way to do it is you need to let her know you're disappointed with her behavior and that you now look at her as less in your eyes, right? So like, wow, I really didn't think you were this kind of girl, man. I'm disappointed. I'm quite, it is what it is. But it's cool, no biggie, right? And then what that's gonna do is you're gonna pretty much put like a ticking time bomb in her head, like, whoa, what does he think about me? Does he think I'm like a terrible person? Like, oh my God. So you need to call her out in a certain way. You don't want to text her and be like, F you, bitch. Like that. Then she's gonna be able to justify her crappy behavior when you come at her like that. So you need to let her know that you're disappointed. That's how you do it. But no cap, she's got to care about you first. If it's like she hasn't met you yet, whatever, she ain't gonna care, bro, at all. So I just wanted to add a little bit to what John said, because that's like some fire game right there, man.
And she may come back around, right? I mean, it's like, even that may be the thing that actually makes her become attracted, is that you're the only guy that actually like called her out on her bullshit. Like, that's an attractive trait. And also maybe she still flakes on you, and some guy takes her, pays $5,000 but then she's like, later on, right? It's like, that's why you never need to burn a bridge, is because later on she's like, oh, that guy that was like, she's still kind of butthurt like that you called her out, right? Even though, and then so later on, things work out because you're the guy that's sick in her head, that she's like that. It's like a thing that's bothering her. She's like, fuck that guy. Like, why didn't he act like all the other guys? Why didn't he just like, like say it's okay? Like, she's got to like get some kind of something to make her ego feel better. So now she's going to come back and like try to find out, like, why did you act like that? Why are you mad? Are you, she's going to ask those questions. So
she's had to have invested in you first though. So that's like a big thing, man. So Iman, we're gonna move on to the next caller. You just got a bunch right there, bro. So we'll see you on the Zoom call.
Yeah, I know, man. Hey, man, we got over 250 Patreon. Not Patreons. We got 250 viewers. Why aren't these guys Patreons right now?
I don't know, bro. I mean,
I don't know.
Slowly but surely, hopefully, guys will come over and realize that the game is fire, man. You're one of our patrons, so he gets way more information than this guy. So obviously, we're kind of keeping it YouTube clean for you guys, but that's the reality, man. So thank you so much for calling in, Iman. We'll hit the next caller. We'll see you in the Zoom call. All right, so we got 727 on the line. Before I bring on 727, I just want to touch on something that Fresh just mentioned, because I've gotten this a few times as well. People comment, oh, well, Myron Fresh, like not all girls are on boats or like, like dealing with celebrities, like, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, yo, listen, let me, because we have a lot of men here, right? Rational thinkers, okay? So I'm going to give you guys some real life numbers, okay? The reality is this. Most people that travel right now are female, okay? Women and women travel way more than men do, okay? And there's a multitude of reasons for this, right? Women are more, they're bigger consumers in the market. They value experiences more. They're more apt to spend money, etc. Women value experiences, okay? Now, where are experiences derived from? From traveling, okay? Now, you guys think, Cynthia next door is a nice girl, blah, 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 right? But when she's going to Tulum, to Cancun, to Miami, to Vegas, to LA, to New York City, whatever it may be, right? She tells you, oh, I'm going there, like girls would trip or whatever, Nashville, any of these like hot spots. What they're really doing is they're going out and letting loose because they're now in a sexual marketplace where there's no consequences to any type of promiscuity, man. So you guys got to get your head out of your asses, quite frankly, and understand this is the world we live in now. You think she's a nice girl, she's an angel, all this. But then she's meeting me and Fresh here at a boat party saying, okay, I'll meet you guys later tonight. And boom, you're done, bro. It's a dub. So you guys got to like really like start living life and figuring out that like girls are out here doing what they do and you can't get mad or cry about it or whatever. You just got to adapt to the situation and understand that women have a vested interest, okay, in selling you purity. It's a part of their sexual strategy. So you can't believe everything they say. I hate to say it like that because they know their ability to lock down a high value guy is contingent upon their ability to sell purity, because girls at the end of the day always want to walk down an aisle in a white dress, okay? And they know that their ability to do that hinges upon them being able to sell you purity. So you idiots out here, oh, Myron, not every girl's on a boat. Hey, Myron, not every girl's party like that. You're right. Not everyone is, but a large majority of them are. And you just don't know about it because your head's in the fucking sand and you don't understand this stuff, all right? So until you come to a major city or live in one of these places, you ain't going to know, right? Out there in Bumblefuck, Idaho, or whatever you guys are at. So understand that the marketplace has changed. We now live in a globalized marketplace where girls are talking about you guys on the internet, bro. And they do travel. I'm telling you, like from experience, I know. So anyway, we'll move on.
John, right? Let's say you want to talk to a girl, right? And she was like bad, really bad, and the flight to you was like $90. You telling me that like that would be easy peasy?
If the flake cost me $90?
Yeah, $90 round trip. That's like a meal, right? That you would pay for.
The flight. Oh yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that's like I mean, that's what you're just gonna spend on a couple of good drinks when you're drinking some scotch.
Yeah, in San Diego.
It's like that's like just a part of the night out. Like that's nothing.
Right. That's like a penny. Yeah. So it's crazy, guys. It's just crazy.
It's just I need you guys to understand that like when we talk about this stuff, this isn't us just like talking like, oh, I don't know. It's like, bro, your next door girl is partying in Miami with us at the club. You understand? Like you don't know it, but she is, and we're meeting her. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from this place, and she's in Miami getting loose because she can't have the type of fun where she lives next to you, where she's at. She has to do it here. And guess what happens when girls go on vacation, bro? All right, like use your common sense. We'll go.
I want to say one last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Favorite dating coach is not telling you this because he's not in the game. Like how me, John, and Myron are in the game right now because we see it every day, and we give you guys the real deal.
Yeah, bro. These chicks are looking at you guys like, like seriously, bro. You guys have no clue, man. All right, 727. Let's get them on the line.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Yo,
It's
what up, bro?
Kate from Patreon.
Well, hey, man, welcome to the show,
what's
man.
up?
What's up, bro?
Awesome. I'm gonna keep it real brief. I just got hit with like a couple of soup calls I gotta take, but I just want to say you guys are absolutely right about the whole picture thing on online dating because Joker and a couple other content creators, they went over those experiments those dudes were doing on Reddit, where they put these like really attractive pictures of dudes up, and in the bios they put really crazy stuff, like got arrested for kid diddling and like all this other stuff like that, and the chicks still match with them and still talk to them and still wanted to come over.
Yep.
So the pictures do matter. Like anyone who says differently, that there's your proof right there.
Yeah, but that's a big kind of bull BS way to test it, right? Because here's the thing. This is like, it's not a good for a few different reasons, right? One of them is this, because I consider that to be black pill kind of BS content, right? And one of the big reasons is this, is because if you put something like that in your profile, that's ballsy as hell. That's like that's another level of ball. That is screaming like, I don't give a shit if you like me or not. That's like completely alpha when you put that stuff in there. Now, I'm not saying that you should do it, but if you have the looks and then you put it in there, that's going to get you better results than just having some kind of generic bio, because a girl looks at that and she's like, this guy's like, he's basically filtering. He's got too many girls. He's trying to get rid of some of them. And that's why he's doing that. Right. They see that signal and they're like, this guy must be super, super high value. Right. Again, if you just try and pull this off and you're not up in that tier of model tier, then it's not going to work, but it will work there. So they're getting actually better results because they're doing that. If they wanted to conduct a real test, they would just put normal bios, right? And then they would not only capture the results that they want. They're just feeding you an edited version of what they see. Like if you do that enough times, you're going to eventually get those results. So they're showing all of that's happening. It's not to say that the pictures don't matter. Of course the pictures matter, and having really high quality pictures that girls like, of course that's going to matter, but it's BS the way that they present that there. And then also some of those interactions are just trolling interactions, right? A lot of the girls that are responding and that are going back and forth, it's just trolling, because it doesn't matter how good your pictures are if you don't have some kind of messaging or texting. There is no way you're just going to be like saying some random crap and getting a girl to come straight to your place. You will 1 out of 100, and then you can film 1 out of 100 and show that on video and then say, oh, look at how these guys that say that they're pedophiles, that looks are the only thing that matter. You can certainly make it look that way, but it's certainly, I can guarantee you that does not actually work.
Yeah. No, and remember, man, they're only showing you a small.
The exception doesn't set the rule.
Yeah, and here's the other thing too, bro. They're showing you a small percentage of the girls they're talking to. Some of those might be bots, fake profiles, whatever it may be, man. So yes, it's very true. Like the takeaway from it is, yes, your pictures matter a lot. Right. Like takeaway, but like to kind of like make it extreme and say, I'm gonna put on my profile, I'm a pedophile, watch me still get dates. Like, bruh, that's like, okay, show me you meeting up with the girl, because setting up a date on the app, quite frankly, me and Fresh and John tell you guys this all the time, it doesn't matter until she shows up, man.
Yep.
Like, it really doesn't matter until she shows up, because like you could match with girls, you could text girls all day. We all know here, guys that are good with women, nothing matters until you're face to face with her on a date, because when you text her and you give her all this free attention, whatever, via text, all this, it quite frankly, you're just setting yourself, you're just setting up that you're trying to set up an alley-oop for yourself. But a lot of the time you might miss the alley-oop because the girl just wasn't about it. And that's why we tell you guys, going back to what we said earlier, right? So we showed you that shock value text with the guy trying to pay for $5,000 and the girl flaking on other people to meet him. That's why we tell you guys so much. Don't sit here and text these girls, man, like all day. Like you need to get on the date quickly so that you can immediately filter out girls that are using you for your free attention, man. I did a whole show on this with Alan Roger Curry. Shout out to him. Go get mode 1. But yeah, bro, like your analysis is correct. Your pictures mean a lot, but obviously this stuff is a little bit extreme, right? To kind of try to prove like a point, like the nihilism of like, oh, women are terrible. You know what I'm saying? Like Like nothing matters until you meet her on the date. I'd be interested to see if this clown was able to actually meet up with any of these chicks. I guarantee you not, because texting girls in 2020 means nothing, man. A phone number is like, bro,
Psych! That's the wrong number.
like no one cares about a number close anymore. It's not 2002 when a phone number mattered, like in the mystery method. You know what I'm saying? So just have a little bit of a more critical lens when you watch like content like that, where these guys are clearly like angry MGTOW content, where like they have an agenda to kind of try to make you not like women like that, or they're kind of trying to tell you to like leave the dating marketplace. We're not about telling you guys we tell you guys the problems, but we're solution guys here. You know what I'm saying? We're telling you guys how to deal with the issues so that you can meet these women and everything like that. So just be careful, man, when you consume that kind of content, bro. That's all I'm saying.
And also look at, like, one thing I'll say about that too, because I've seen that video, is they're not showing you the actual profiles of the girls that are messaging. They're just showing you the messaging. So yeah, perhaps some girl that's a 4 is like, I don't care if this guy's a pedophile, like he's super the hottest guy I'll ever get in my entire life, like, you know, and is going to go back and forth and meet up with the guy. But they're not, those are the girls that they're texting on there are not 8s and 9s and 10s, not even close, because those girls aren't even going to open or initiate contact, even if you are the hottest guy in the world. You could be the hottest guy that's ever walked on this planet, and if you match with a 10, she is not going to message you first. It doesn't matter. So
and then guys, don't forget as well, most hot chicks are not on Tinder or Bumble. They're on boats. They're in mansion parties. They are at the mall getting their stuff because they don't work. They're in the gym, and the only way you're going to see them is if you're in high value spots, not on dating apps. Sorry to say.
Yeah, the only place you'll see like chicks like that, guys, a lot of times, if they're even on a dating app, is on a sugar site. That's it.
Yes.
That's the only place you're going to run into them if we're going to keep it a buck with you guys. So, all right, caller. Anything else before we move on to the next guy?
Real quick, Ryan just upgraded his membership to $50 a year.
Thank
you,
shout
out to you, Ryan. Got you.
Anything else, brother?
Yeah, that was it for me. Thanks for the info, guys. You're absolutely right. The exception doesn't make the rule, and I will definitely, take a look at those videos at different, try to rationalize it out in my head before, look at both sides before I think about stuff like that.
Be careful. I'm just gonna say this real fast for all the viewers, man. Be careful when you guys watch this MGTOW content, man. It's gonna call. Even though their analysis of what's going on is correct. I'm not gonna knock, like, obviously what they say is spot on, but the problem is that it's distributed in a manner that's gonna make you resent women. And the problem is that if you're trying to be good with women, you don't want that resentment to permeate into your interactions.
Yes.
Be very cautious when you consume this kind of content and limit it. All right. It's one thing to know the truth. It's another thing to bask in the truth and let it like dictate your feelings and resentment towards women, man. You can't be on some misogynist type wave, right? And then meet these chicks because they're going to feel it, bro. Girls are real socially calibrated. So just be careful, man. That's all I'm saying.
And don't watch any of the black pill and that kind of stuff. Like, what you surround yourself is what you become. And you will become, like, it doesn't matter if you try to approach it from a rational perspective. You're going to get brainwashed if you continue watching that kind of content, and you'll start to believe that looks are the only thing that matter. And then you will lose your confidence, and then you won't be able to actually go out and approach. And then you're just be on a downward spiral, right? Regardless of what the reality is, you still are faced with your reality, which is what can you do in your situation, right? You can only do the max that you can. So it doesn't matter if you have a low probability, you still have to maximize what probability that you have. It doesn't, like, just hearing about how bad things are, it doesn't matter, right? I could sit. I'm trained for a 100-mile race now. I could sit down and I can watch a bunch of videos of people failing at ultra marathons and saying how bad it was and how much pain they were in. That's not going to be good. I'm going to watch motivational things that are going to say that I can do this, and I'm going to be focusing on achieving my goal instead of listening to people telling me I can't do it. If I listen to a bunch of people telling me that I can't do it and that it's a waste of time and I'm going to fail at it, I'm going to fail at it. Like, so if you watch this and consume this kind of content, you will definitely fail with women. There's no question about it, because what you believe is what is true. So.
Facts, man. I couldn't say any better than that. So we got a super chat here. We'll go to the last question. Guys, what do you think of the sporty angle? Invite girls to join you in cool activities such as running, bike rides, or dance classes. She wouldn't bother unless she had high interest. I think that's a fantastic thing. John, you want to touch on that a little bit? You do this. I mean, no, sorry. No,
it's fine. So actually, I just did a video on this, so I think that's what you meant. So I did a video because this guy sent me this long email about this girl he invited out on a run, and he was like, and she showed him some tattoo under her boob and stuff, and then she like told him she had a boyfriend and everything. It's like, so the issue with it, like it's good. The only problem with it is it's like think about like doing something sweaty, like going for a run or something like that. How are you gonna like then get in close and you know what I mean? Like you got to have some kind of plan. So, you know, if you're like, okay, well, you know, you're going to go back and shower or something like that, I mean, that's a pretty bold move, but you can pull it off. But think about like always know where you're taking things. Right. Mm-hmm. And so at the end of a run, what are you going to do? Like you're all sweaty. She's all sweaty. It's going to create a kind of a difficult situation unless you have some other kind of plan, unless it's like, oh, after the run, we're going to go to the pool. Okay, see, now you got something going on, or a hot tub or something. Like think it through so that you know how you're going to get to your end goal. Like Fresh Prince was saying, you know, A to Z, right? A to Z. What's your Z? How are you going to get to Z? Because if you just go out on a sporting thing, then right, we just had a caller that he literally went out and danced with the girl and made out with her, and then he was in the friend zone. So if you go for a run or a bike ride or a dance class, and you don't have your plan on how you're going to make it that man to woman interaction, it's probably not going to go too well for you, right? I mean, it could be like a friendly type of date thing, but if you're actually trying to close a deal, you need to figure out how you're going to do that from that. So
boom. 949, by the way, I see you on the phone line. We will get you on the show. Don't worry, you've been holding patiently, so we got you. We're going to make sure we answer your question. Fresh, you want to touch on that or
Nah, I mean, pretty much John killed it. And like, for example, like what I'll do, well, I live like in a complex, so basically like there's a pool here, there's a restaurant, so A to Z. I already know I want to show her the nice view. I already know I'm taking her to the pool, and like John said, a very bold move is when you go to the pool, you need to wash off. Let's take a shower together, and what happens after that is all up to me. Go ahead,
man. Just have a game plan, man, and execute it. You know what I'm saying? So regardless of regardless of what your strategy is, which is the beauty, you're getting it from three different perspectives. You need to have a strategy and execute it every time, and make sure. And here's the thing: be willing to change that strategy if things fail. Right? So like I used to like go to like a certain bar that was like really cool, but it was far and it was like messing with my logistics. So I stopped going there, despite the fact that it was a little bit of a better experience because it increased my close rate. So you know, always be experimenting. Run your numbers, figure out what's working, what isn't, and then be willing to adapt. That's going to be a big one too. A lot of guys keep smashing their head against the wall thinking like, oh, I'm just going to keep doing this, because a lot of guys have like our ego invested in their methodology of getting girls. Even if their game is terrible, they're going to continue to run that kind of game thinking that like, I know how to get women, because every guy thinks they know how to get women nowadays, right? Like relationship for 20 years or they've been married and they think like they can advise you on how to actually deal with women in 2020. It's like, bro, you don't know what you're talking about. So just willing to adapt and have a game plan. That's really the biggest piece of advice, because I don't know your logistics or whatever to like to give an exact thing, but as long as you have a strategy that is very clear and concise and that you can lead her right where you're in the leadership position every time, you'll be okay, man. So we'll put our caller. Oh, go ahead, John.
Okay, one last thing, because I just saw this that I mentioned from that video, which is that if you know like doing the drink thing right at night, that's already setting up the man to woman, right? Like we talked about earlier. But when you're like saying invite a girl for a run, now you've got to do something that is going to make it clear from the beginning. So something like when you invite her out for the run, you don't say, let's go for a run. You're like, yeah, I bet you're going to look really hot in your running gear or whatever. Like, you know, or do you have some sexy running gear that you're going to run with, or, you know, so you're, from the get-go, she knows why you're inviting her for a run, right? Because a run is a very neutral thing. Like I invite my friends for a run, right? So you have to do something that is going to be bold enough to say, you know, in some way that you are attracted to her as a man is attracted to a woman. So just if you make the invite, you have to throw something in there that's going to, this way she can just reject you. Like you want to get rejected up front. You don't want to go for a run and think this whole thing, and then later she's like, oh, I just see you kind of like as a friend. No, you got to make it clear you'd rather just get turned down up front. So
do the work up front, guys. Like one last thing before we move on to the caller. John is so right about that. guys, this is the rule. The more platonic the date can be interpreted as, the more work you have to do before that platonic date to sexually screen it and make sure that she's not going to friend zone you. Yo, Don
DeMarco. Yo, we need a Don DeMarco.
Yo, this is so important, man. I'm gonna say it one last time. The more platonic the date can be looked at as an ice cream date, a coffee date, meeting like for a walk, a zoo, a museum, God forbid you take her on any of these like dates that could be construed as like a platonic meetup, the more you have to shit test her and do some sexual screening to make sure it's going to stay a man to woman interaction, man. A lot of you guys are scared to screen her sexually because you're scared of her telling you, oh, I didn't think of it that way, or her rejecting you, and you just want that bad. But you actually want that, guys. You want her to reject you up front so you can quickly kick her to the curb and source other women, man.
Yo. Imagine you set up a date, right? And you spend the whole night with her for her to tell you, oh, I'm not into you like that.
Right.
Don't waste your time, guys. Find out from the beginning, screen her sexually, so you know for a fact, okay, this has a 90% chance of happening just because like I screened her properly. So
rip the Band-Aid off quickly and accept the pain rather than peeling it slowly and feeling it later, because you're going to be much more angry when you peel it slowly, guys. So that's the analogy that you guys need to interpret. Man, we're giving too much free game for you guys out here, bro. Okay, last caller right now, 949 on the line, and then 949, are you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. 949, I'm going to read this one last super chat from Robert Sananas. At the end of the day, it's about proving yourself with the 2979 super chat. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, you have to be high value so you can exert your boundaries. But caller, thank you so much for waiting. 949, go ahead, man. What's your question, bro?
No problem, guys. I hope you guys are all doing well. I stumbled across your live stream actually last Thursday when I was pre-gaming to go out, and I thought it was very interesting. I kind of like the stuff you guys are talking about. A little bit of background about myself: 21-year-old college student right now, and I never really had much of an issue with girls. But one thing I noticed coming into college is a little bit more of like an elitist group, a little bit more of like a wealthier group. And I'm a minority. I like to think I'm a decent-looking kid. I'm a 6 foot plus kid. Never really had much of an issue, like I said. But how do you guys deal with women that necessarily don't look like you? That's kind of just my question. Thanks, guys.
Same way, bro.
That don't look like you, or
it's the same way, bro. Black, white, Asian, Caucasian. That's what you mean, right?
People that may have like prejudices and stuff like that.
Okay. Are you black yourself?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'll just say this because I already know where this is going. Understand this, and I need you. Like, I'm gonna just give you guys the 100. Women are extremely selective on who they deal with from a race perspective. Sometimes, not all the time, but like sometimes. Some girls just have a type, bro. Right? And you might run into a girl that only likes Latino men, or only likes white guys, or only likes black guys, and nobody else. So, just understand that some girls are going to reject you off rip just because you don't fit a certain look that they look for. Like we always say, like women typically want an avatar. They have like an image in their head, and they want guys that to come as closely to that avatar as possible. Very rarely do they deviate from it. You know what I'm saying? For example, like I've hooked up with girls before. They're like, "Oh my God, you're like my first colored guy," which for me, I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, bro."
She belongs to the street.
Anyway, regardless whether it's true or not, it does happen though. You know what I mean? Where like, and typically it's going to be like in a situation where it's different. Like, let's say she's from like Salt Lake City, Utah, right? But she's in Miami and she meets a guy like me that's like exotic, and then she might take the chance and hook up with me here because it was just set up in that situation. But normally she would never date a guy like that. So understand that like a lot of it comes down to luck, scenarios, etc. And some girls are just going to disqualify you off it because they just don't like African American men. You can't get mad at that because there's going to be plenty of girls that are going to disqualify Caucasian men, but they'll mess with you. So it works both ways, man. So you can't get mad at it because some girls just have racial preferences. It is what it is, man. But don't let that like hold you back. Like I know Indian and Asian guys all the time. Oh, the women don't like Asian Indian guys. I'm doomed. And it's like, listen, yeah, that's true. They on all the studies show it. Asian Indian men get the lowest attraction rates from women. That is true. But you are 100% able to improve yourself, get in shape, make sure you dress well, get your teeth straightened and clean, all these things to make yourself an anomaly from that race, because you want to be the guy that she breaks the rules for, guys. You want her to tell you, oh, I've never hooked up with an Asian guy before. Oh, I've never hooked up with a black guy before, whatever it may be. Just because you're a minority that might not necessarily be as high on the totem pole does not mean that you can't break those stereotypes and become an anomaly and be that girl's first. But you have to self-improve to do that. I'm not capping. Like, you got to self-improve to be able to do that, man. So, John Fresh, that's what do you guys think?
I mean, you guys have preferences, right? I mean, like, I have preferences, right? It's like we all have preferences. Like, there's certain one that I'm like, nah. Like, I only have preferences for these types or this hair color or what. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just gonna be, it's the same thing. Women have the same. I mean, am I right, or you guys not have? You're just like whatever.
No, I have preferences too.
Yeah, right. Every guy I talk to has preferences. So every girl does as well. So,
and look, bro, you're in America, right, bro? Kanye and Kim Kardashian made this like a big thing where, like, dude, you're black, bro. Like, I'm telling you right now, the majority is in your favor, and the BLM people, whatever. Like, I'm telling you right now, bro, this should not even be a problem for you, because yes, some girls just won't talk to you because either you're not on their economic level of what they want, or you're not white, whatever, or Hispanic. It's fine, bro. There's plenty of other girls out there that is love black guys, and I'm telling you, bro, like right now, like a lot of these chicks over here, bro. If you're black and you got your money together, oof, you can forget it. Like, they're gonna cheat on your husband. They're gonna do everything for you. So the point here is that, like, bro, don't worry about that stuff, bro. Go where you're appreciated, and only talk to high interest girls, because you don't want to waste any time. And that's it.
Facts. So, guys, with that said, man, we just hit the 2-hour mark. We're gonna have a Zoom call right now after this. This will be the last Zoom call for patrons, of all patrons, besides because after this is going to go $50 tier and up. Obviously, we got to keep the paywall to get the haters out, you know what I'm saying, which they show up, which thank you for giving us free attention and waiting on a phone line for 30 minutes and contributing Patreon money to us, just simply so you can talk smack. But with that said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. John, where can they find you?
BulldogMindset.com. Just go there, take the quiz, figure out what your Bulldog score is. It's just 10 questions, and then I'll send you a bunch of videos and stuff to raise your score. So,
and look, we're gonna set this up right now. Is John coming on the podcast, Fresh Fit podcast in Miami? Is he going to be one of our guests?
John, what do you say?
I'll do it. I got to run this 100-mile race first, and then I can travel in, because there's no way I'm going to be going to Miami and training for the race. That's like, I got to run like 20-mile runs on the weekends. There's no way. So after the race is over, then yeah, for sure.
All right. You guys heard it, man. John from Bulldog Mindset is 1,000% coming to Miami. We're just kidding with you guys. We had been talking with him about this for a minute.
yeah.
He's gonna get into some shenanigans with us, and I keep telling him that he's not gonna want to. He ain't gonna want to be friends with me and Fresh after. But Fresh, where can they find you, bro?
All right, man. Instagram, Fresh Prince CEO. YouTube, Fresh Prince CEO for my prank channel, and then CEO Lifestyle for vlogs, where you show receipts, dates, and everything between the sheets. You feel me? There you go.
Patreon.com/FreshFit, guys. We're going to have a Zoom call right now for all patrons. You black pill dorks, you want to come in and hate, this is your last chance. We want you to come in. We embrace the trolls, baby. And with that said, we're going to jump off the line right now, guys. Catch us next week. We are going to start a new schedule. The Fresh and Fit podcast is going to be moving to Mondays, okay, and Thursdays. We're going to try to be in studio by next week. We're working really hard behind the scenes to get things going. But get on the Patreon, guys, because today is the last time we're going to have a Zoom call for all patrons. After that, $50 and up only, guys. So thank you so much for tuning in. John, thank you for coming in, by the way. And questions, man. Guys, he came in like just, out of the goodness of his heart, man, giving you guys crazy game, increasing value. So thank you so much for coming and watching the show, guys. We'll catch you guys on Monday at 6 p.m. right here on Unplug Lifestyle. Peace.